Rook. We start in just a second. I forgot. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Godplane, Episode 5. The house that Drixcilla built. Rook. You suddenly find yourself away from the moment where you just were, which flashbacks aren't entirely foreign to you. You find yourself lost as time and space fuzz, and a vivid memory claims your full attention. Your mind snaps back to the gnashing wail of the haze nullifier, and the terror which completely gripped your mind as you ran, your legs moving without your knowledge or permission. You remember the wall of mist, but unlike the gentle doorways of the tunnels which have always opened before you, this was painful. Daggers of cold dug into your very being. You turned, trying to get back to your party, but there was no back, no path to your comrades, just mist. The ever-dancing, slowly spinning mist. Mist and the monsters which inhabit it. Something large slams suddenly into you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Trusting digital dice, that is a natural 20.
You dodge out of the way, and you feel something scrape against you, but it doesn't find any purchase on your flesh. You spin, ready to fight whatever came at you, but it's already gone, lost in a hazy blue-gray. Make me a perception check.
That is a 15.
15. You know how to fight. You fall into old instincts. You squint into the darkness. And you see something as it comes at you. Give me another dexterity saving throw.
That is a 17.
Between your perception and your reactions, you dodge out of the way. You only take... Who did not grab her dice? I did not grab my dice. This is where we are today, y'all. Only taking 2 points of piercing damage. As something else comes at you from behind, and you press forward, dodging unseen shapes and snarling sounds in the darkness. You are blind and lost. You pull into yourself. You try to calm and focus yourself as you were taught. And when you open your eyes again, you find yourself not in the mists, but in the middle of a battle. The wet sounds of a man choking on his own blood registers a moment after you watch an arrow slide through the throat of Arliss, the tiefling leader of the merchant band, which you have sworn to protect. He drops to the ground, his body shaking with wet, sickly coughs, and you watch as his golden eyes stop glowing, the life slowly leaching from his body. Rook! A halfling woman, Ephra's Femspark, your mind distantly supplies, shouts at you as she struggles with the blades of 3 brigands. Rook, move your giant green ass! She shouts as she kicks a man off of her, and then cries out as a blade sinks deeply into her calf. You remember this day. You remember it far too vividly. What did you do?
Too terrified to even raise the blade as he trembled at his knees and peed himself and dropped his sword and then just like booked it as far as he can without stopping until passed out.
So you run, and you feel your strength is about to give, and you feel yourself slam into something. Give me another dexterity saving throw.
A dirty 20.
Somehow that instinct, which has honed so much since that moment, kicks back in. And You deftly dodge out of the way of another creature coming at you, but you lose your footing and drop to your knees. You're in the mists again, and the world is hazy gray-white all around you. Silent and featureless, save for the swirling patterns of the mist all around. What do you do?
He would, if he looks, Rook's gonna look all around, and in every direction he's probably gonna see thick mist with like maybe distant shapes that are obviously monstrous and all that kind of stuff. So at this moment, he would give himself completely to Maliki and like place his halberd into the ground and begin to pray for guidance, for clarity, for any sort of anything to find his companions. Yeah.
Make me an Arcana check.
That is a 5.
You pray, but the mists seem to be a long way from Maliki. Make me a perception check as you look around, feeling empty, alone.
Natural 1.
You stare, and you feel the coldness of the mists biting at you.
Actually, can I say that the natural 1 is me crying?
Sure.
All right, we'll do that.
You hunch down and let a couple rough sobs escape your very large chest as you feel completely alone. It is silent except for the occasional rumble of the ground beneath you where you know a monster is charging past. And you wait, lost, not knowing what else to do, for something to come for you. And then you hear a voice. I know you. It's not familiar, and yet you know it.
He will quickly wipe the tears from his eyes as fast as possible before turning with halberd ready.
Before you, you see nothing but mist, and your eyes move quickly across it, trying to find it. And slowly, the mist seems to form a shape. A face. It's feminine, with long, flowing, wild hair. A band rests across her forehead, and feathers peek from her hair. She's shockingly familiar, and she looks at you, studying you with confusion in her misty features. She watches you a moment before she says, "Why do you do these things in my name?"
And does he recognize it as Azucena?
It's not Azucena. It's Maliki.
Oh, okay. And he will stare. Does he recognize it's Maliki?
It looks like her.
Yeah.
But it's misty, and it's not solid, so it might be her. It might be something playing a trick on you. You've certainly seen enough of that, but she's just looking at you, sadly. Confused, but intent.
If there's any even semblance of Maliki, he would just get on the ground completely and bow down in full respect to her. And then and yeah, because I've trained a majority of my life to know your ways, to serve you, and to do everything in your name. And he goes, I proudly bear your crest upon my armor and my shield. And he goes, I need you now, more than ever. And please, if there's any ounce of power that you have that can help me, I would ask and beg you for it.
She looks at you thoughtfully, and then looks around. I do not know this place. But then she closes her eyes and reaches one hand out. And as she reaches out. The corridor seems to open. There's a path through the mists, slowly separating. Go with my blessing, she says as she just floats away, like tendrils of mist herself.
Rook will not even question it, and he will immediately see the opening and her like fade away, and the crying intensifies as he sprints with all of his might towards that area, just going as fast and as far as possible.
Give me an athletics check to see how far you get.
It is going to be a 10.
Okay. You're running, you're sobbing, your heart is in your throat. And this is not a straight path. Like all things in the mist, it seems to twist and curve and wind, and the farther you go, the less clear of an opening it becomes. Slowly, tendril by tendril, the mist grows thicker, and you can feel it's not so much that the tunnel is closing, but the mist is just refilling in the space. You feel the ground rumble beneath your feet. Give me one more dexterity saving throw.
That will be 16 with my +2 that I produced.
You take 2 points of slashing damage as something flies by, and it catches you with the very tip of a massively wicked hooked claw with a barb at the end. But it doesn't throw you off your feet, though you stumble. And when you look around, the mist is filled in. And then you hear a voice. Hey! You glance to the side and you see a flicker of pink mist.
And he'll look to see. Can I see the form of the cat?
Roll me perception.
That is a 16.
16? You don't see the cat, but you do see like a trailing of pink mist. Like it's almost like a flame with long misty tongues coming off of it. But it is definitely pink against the mists here are no longer white blue, but they're a gray blue with this distinct bright pink wisps coming out of it. Do you head towards it?
He will cautiously.
The thing starts moving, and it's actually moving pretty quickly. And you will lose sight of it if you don't rush to keep up.
Oh, he'll definitely sprint. Yeah.
Okay. You keep going, trying to focus on the pink, hurrying along. And then all of a sudden, you find your mind wandering, somewhat against your will, and you pull to a sudden halt as you find yourself, once again, no longer in the mists, but standing on the edge of a cliff. You look down and see a group of Imperial guards gathered around a woman. She's on her knees. Her head is down, and her face is hidden. But you know who this is.
And how far away are they?
They're probably about 100 yards, and there's a big drop. This is not exactly how you remember it, but it's distorted the way that dreams are. They shove her to her knees, and she provides a token resistance. Another guard raises his axe.
He would try to get over to her if if there's any sort of path at all. He would misty step, slide down if there's any sort of slope or anything like that to try to go over there.
So it's a pretty steep cliff, but you're determined. So you misty step down, start to slide. Do you call to her, or are you running silently?
He would definitely call. Yeah, he would call until his throat gets hoarse and raw, and everything. As he attempts to, like, if he's gonna die, he'd much rather like go out doing what he wished he could have done back in the day.
So you run, you scream her name, and the guards don't seem to notice. But she turns her head and looks at you. And even in this state, and even as far away as she is, because you keep running and she doesn't seem to get any closer, you see her eyes lock on you. And her vision sharpens. And you very distinctly see her look past you and up. And a look of awe fills her face.
Can I quickly go ahead in the direction that she's looking?
You look back, and at first you don't see anything, and you keep running, and you look again, and then you see it again. That misty woman, only her face is huge. It's as large as the sky, and her gaze is flickering between you and Azucena. And as you look back, the axe falls.
Rook's heart will break as he continues to descend to attempt to take vengeance on those who dropped the axe.
You roar and pull your halberd and charge at them, and then your blade cuts through mist as you are once again in the empty mists, panting and screaming. And you once again hear a voice, seemingly uncontent to leave you alone with your sorrows. Where in the seven hells did you go? And this time you do see the mist cat, its tail lashing, frowning up at you.
It would definitely have done like was it Wrathful Smite and everything in the area of like where the guards were, just in hysteria.
There's a reason all your spell slots were blown, sir.
Yes. And then after that, he would realize the situation and then look to the cat and then and not know what to do, like not know what to make of it.
Stop running off. I'm trying to help you. Stay close to me. I can't help you if you run off in weird directions.
He like heavily pants and he's just like, I've got to get out of here. I can't be here like
Yeah.
anymore. I need.
Yeah, the mist is a terrible place for dreamers. Come on. And he back into a little puff of pink mist and starts moving deftly through the mists.
He'll follow.
And once again, you find yourself moving swiftly through the haze. You follow, closer and closer, as you tail the pink mist. And the closer you stay to him, the fewer creatures you seem to encounter. Until, at long last, you find yourself, once again, safe with your friends.
Physically safe. I don't know about emotionally or mentally.
Physically safe. And with that, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Godplane, an original 5e horror campaign. I'm your DM, Kay Purcell, and before we proceed, I would like to give you a couple content warnings. This is a horror campaign. It does contain elements which some viewers might find disturbing. Last episode was especially a lot, so if it continues that way tonight, please take care of yourselves. Take breaks if you need to. I have worked with our amazing cast. We have lines, veils, and ways to nope out quickly if any scene becomes too much, but apparently these are like iron-stomached, emotionally hardened people who are just ready for the pain, so take care of yourselves. It's okay if you're not there. With that, let's meet these incredible people, and we're going to start with Sophie. Tell us your pronouns and where we can find you, please.
Hello, my name is Sophie. My pronouns are she, her, but the character that I play, Ozim, are he, him pronouns. He is a big old 7'5" tiefling barbarian sad boy. You can find me on Twitter at Subatomic Mints. You also might see me in the Twitch chat as Not So Gladiator. So, can't wait for Kay to fuck me up even more today.
And the sad boy of our opening sequence, D'Angelo.
Hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo, and I'm a tabletop RPG performer, freelance writer, and like an event organizer. Trying my best to fight for more diversity and inclusion in our geeky community. And yeah, I play Rook, and I'm super excited to be here.
Cassandra.
That is my name, Cassandra. But please call me Cozy Spoon because you can find me everywhere under that name. I'm playing Wilhelmina Waywocket. She prefers that you call her Willy, and she is a 3'4" gnome who's just here to be terrified.
And last but not least, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen, on the internet as Jen Geeky. I'm in chat as Youngles, and I play Nahbi, who is a 5'4" human monk, Way of the Mercy monk, who really enjoys slapping people to heal them. It's a fun time. Yeah.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you letting me appreciate you.
Also, I'm like today years old when I found out everyone's heights. I feel like I know better.
Yeah, I'm short also, so.
Short Club. We would also like to give a shout out and a big thank you to Gaming Trend, to Bardly.io, and to Ghost Stories Incorporated for the music you hear on this stream. I would like to thank you to our mods, Dane, Kato, David, and Emily. We can't do without you. Thank you to all of our amazing watchers. We love you. We see you in chat. I don't get to interact as much because I'm keeping a lot of plates spinning, but I read your comments. I watch all of this afterwards so I can pull clips and stuff. Thank you to everyone who's tweeting, who is reblogging, who is doing clips. Like, we have a lot of fun. I'm going to speak for the group here. We have a lot of fun doing this, and you all enjoying it so much and throwing out your theories and fan art and clips and all of that just makes it so much more enjoyable for us. So thank you for going on this journey with us. We are still looking for sponsors, and I want to say very quickly, due to a couple life things that have happened, we are not going to be streaming next week. So next week we are going to be off. D'Angelo made the great suggestion that we might try and do a marathon and just like whoop through all of our episodes. But we'll be back the following week, and our last episode will now be on November 23rd. So it will be 1 week later, because otherwise, for reasons you will see, outside of siren reasons, it would be very difficult to tell the story in a satisfying way. So, thank you also to all of our tippers. 100% of our tips go to the amazing people you see on screen here to either side of me. Also, thank you for tipping, but if you are not in a situation where you cannot tip, please do not tip. You do not have to. We appreciate your being here. Your tweets and your views mean as much to us, so please do not feel that you need to if you are unable to do so. As I said before, I'm Kay Purcell. I am your DM. My pronouns are she, her, and the best place to find me is at KDamphir on Twitter. I'd also like to give a shout out to David Lee, who our players can see, but y'all can't because he is a man of mystery. He's hanging out in the chat and can be found on Twitter as Full Rubber Ducky, and he is my co-DM, and he helped me put this campaign together. And with that, we're going to jump back into our game. And that means I need to change music, and I don't have the music change screen up. So, here we go. Our party, on their quest to cross the Godplane and stop a rampaging nightmare, came across what appeared to be a small farmhouse in the mists. They were warmly greeted by Drixcilla, a not quite elven woman who seemed to turn suspicious upon realizing that Vessal, the dream magic barbarian who summoned our party to the Godplane, was not with them. Her suspicions were further aroused when she saw Mr. Fuzzybottom, aka Abora, aka the Mist Cat, the friendly, deal-seeking demon who has been following the party ever since their arrival to the Godplane. Drixcilla transformed into a ghostly specter, demanding that the party prove themselves by completing a set of chores for her. She also may have stolen bits of their soul to make sure they did it. You know, could just be a goodwill act by the group. Not Ozim, though. Ozim's too cool for that sort of thing. The house around our heroes deteriorated quickly, and what was once a warm and welcoming place became a veritable haunted house before their eyes. Rook and Ozim have both completed their tasks, confronting visions or ghosts or something else which only they could see. The party gathered back in the foyer, preparing to help Willy complete her task of fixing the furnace. That is where we're going to jump back in, and I'm going to beg you all to do a quick little bit of roleplay while I run and grab a dice that I desperately need and don't have on me. So, go team!
All right. Willy's there, knees a knocking, looking up at everyone's chest going, okay, so what's the plan?
Just stay behind the shield and everything's gonna be okay. We'll try to like body block you. That way nothing bad will happen.
And you
That's a
have
plan.
me to touch the furnace.
Right.
Oh, right, that's it. I totally forgot. Oh, she just slaps your thigh. Good man.
Sure.
What are the rest of you gonna do?
Wait for impending doom.
Yeah, Rook's gonna lean onto his halberd and just be like, I'm trying not to die, but like if anything happens, I'm down to. I got your back, so you got this. Good vibes.
Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I've been having really weird dreams, and there's all these ghost things and unexplainables. I'm worried I'm gonna lose myself. Like, and she points at Rook, like, you lost yourself. And then Ozim, like, you did.
Like physically or mentally?
Mentally.
Oh yeah, I'm far gone. And then he just like he just looks 1,000-yard stare.
Ozim just kind of scoffs, like, no. If you think I've lost myself, then we have a problem.
Okay. Should we have like a code word if you need
No.
out?
I'll be fine. I've dealt with much worse than a furnace.
What
Okay.
would be good though? What if we use like pineapple?
I like that. Pineapple.
All right, pineapple is the word we use when it's gone too far and we need help.
Good man. She sidles up next to Ozim and goes, okay, let's do this.
Okay, give me one moment, and I'm going to flip us over to the map just so everyone can see what's up. Everyone right now is in the main room, which is number 1. And fortunately, you all don't have to go far to the furnace, which is number 7. Anyone want to make any detours before we wander into this?
No.
Okay.
As we're walking towards number 7, do we notice anything? Because Willy's looking around. Crossbow not at the ready. Just wringing her hands.
Willy, what's your marching order first? Who's
Well, I
leading
guess-
the way?
I guess she would be in the front with Ozim? What do you think? She just side by side with him?
I would be definitely near Nahbi because he understands that Nahbi can keep him alive if he gets beat up. So
I am also just going to remind our wonderful Butterfister that she does have a healing word spell.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to assume Willy and Ozim in back and Rook and Nahbi. I'm sorry, in front, and Rook and Nahbi kind of trailing. So Ozim, you're focused, but Willy, you're looking around. And out of the corner of your eye, you see a bit of movement. And when you look, you see that little boy that you saw in the window. Only he looks kind of transparent and ghostly, and he giggles and points at the wall. And then is gone.
Which wall? Willy just stops dead in her tracks and just starts trembling.
So it's the wall between rooms 1 and 2. Kind of in the
Along-
middle of it.
But that wall leads to the outside, right?
No, see 1 and 2? That
Uh-huh.
big wall?
Yeah.
The
Oh, oh.
outside is where the stairs are.
Yeah.
So he's pointing to the wall between 1 and 2, so to the left of the stairs. You're kind of you're going to walk kind of by it before you turn and go up into the furnace.
Oh, I see.
It's that wall where that big room is.
She just looks up. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh. Turns around. Did anybody see that?
And Rook Gold, are we near the door?
Yeah, it's not so much a door, it's like a little, just a hallway little space. Ozim, you saw this before.
Oh, so you walk in his furnace and it's like, okay.
Yeah, so you're walking towards the furnace, but kind of to your left as you're walking down to turn right, this little ghostly boy appears and points.
Do we all see him, or was it just Kozi-san?
Make a perception check if you want to look.
Okay, I do have dark vision if that helps.
I saw him way at the beginning, so creepy child is not something that is creepy to him.
I got a 4. I didn't see anything.
That is an 8. I saw shit.
No, you didn't even see. You might have heard a faint laugh, but like there's a lot of weird noises in this place, so who knows?
That monster kid, because now we know it's a monster because the hostess was a monster from the window. It was laughing at me, pointing that way. And Willy just points out the area and goes, I think we need to make sure that we're on the up and up before they steal more of whatever the last lady did.
And as I assume that like when Willy like says this and then Ozim is like nonchalant about it and we take like a half-hearted effort to look around for the ghost boy and don't see it, I'll turn to Nahbi and be like, so how long did it take you to learn how to like, you know, do the fighting stuff?
The fighting stuff?
Yeah, you know, like I had to train for years to learn how to use this, but you like literally just use your body, and that's like that's pretty cool, but like it's gotta be a lot of training and discipline.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the years that it took you to train. Kind of similar, I would think, just different thing.
That's true. That's true. What race is Nahbi?
Human. She's human.
Human? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like normal. Yeah. And it's like, oh, right on. That's super cool. And then he goes like, so are your bones like super strong now? Like, can they?
No.
Willy's just standing next to Ozim, watching them look around and going, are they flirting at a time like this?
Ozim is pinching the bridge of his nose and taking very deep breaths and just does not want to be listening to this conversation.
Did your bones get harder because you were training?
No, unfortunately not. I wear armor, so that's. I mean, I can do push-ups and all that kind of stuff, but like, but I've seen you like break wood with your literal like body, and that's like.
Yeah, that's more like pressure and physics, and less like strong bones.
Ozim laughs at that. At just this whole thing.
He goes like, and how many punches did it take you to learn how to like heal with your punches? Because it's like, did you punch so hard that it just goes around to where?
If I gave away all my secrets there, man, the order would come find me.
Oh, there's an order, and he like just gets so like damn, and then like
Nahbi starts walking ahead, like to try to get away from Rook's question.
He'll limp.
I wish Willy could laugh, but she's just so like puff-cheeked and incensed that people are flirting and laughing as she like grabs her club. Do it myself, and just sort of marches over to the wall where she saw the ghost and just kind of rattles it, like leaning far away. Just knock knock.
It echoes normally, but while you're there, creepy kid doesn't reappear. Roll me an investigation check.
Alrighty.
Ozim is now leaning against the doorway to where the furnace is, just like,
Mission
please
derailed.
let this just happen.
What is that? 22, I believe.
22. You squint up at it, and you find a hidden door.
Ah!
Right where that boy had been pointing.
Ah! She just starts bouncing up and down. I found something.
No,
Yes.
no, 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 no. He like points next to him. He's like, no.
I mean, but there could be something back there that could help us.
After.
I peek though.
Do you want
Is
me
there
to
like
go with
even a
you?
knob?
With a roll that high, you actually find what you think looks like a loose brick or a loose stone, and if you push on it,
Okay. All right, so she's feeling up this wall, finds the stone. Ozim's like, she goes, "Wah." Like pushes the stone in that she pushes off.
and
If
right
the
about then,
gnome gets gutted again.
I'm coming. Like she rushes to the side.
so right as you, oh, did you push it or no?
I pushed away from the wall and pushed the stone in as she ran back to him.
So as you do, you see this door open like it wasn't there, and right then, Mistcat appears next to you, Nahbi, and he's visible to both you and Rook. Weren't you doing something? What's taking so? Oh, you opened that. That's fun.
Your definition of fun and my definition of fun have been distinctively different this entire time.
Yeah, you're not
You-
made for this place.
Apparently I was, that's why I'm here. So
That's
what do you
fair.
mean fun?
Oh,
What do you know?
well, depends on if it's still in there.
It.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it one of yours?
Ish.
Ish. Does that mean you can help?
Not everything demonic likes me. The nightmare doesn't like me, and it's a demon.
Point. So what do we owe this visit for this moment? You just hanging out?
Yeah, you're fun.
Cool. Do you want to come see what happens?
Yeah, can I sit on your shoulder?
Sure.
Hops up, kind of settles
And-
down like a scarf.
Yes.
The entire time, Rook will be like leaning on his halberd and just leaning over to Ozim and Willy and just being like, all right, so what's happening now is, and then just like telling them the play-by-play.
And
I mean, it's an it? Like, is it a friend? Ask the cat if it's a friend.
Is it a friend?
I don't know. Depends on if it likes you.
Nah, it's gonna kill us.
Man.
What type of person does it like?
What type of person does it like?
I think he can hear me.
Mm.
Can you hear? Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
can hear him.
You get here. Okay.
Yeah.
I just can't see the cat or hear the cat.
I just love that Rook is playing telephone. That's great.
And out of the corner of your eye, because your name is Cozy Spoon on the thing, so I keep trying to say Cozy Spoon. No,
Oh
It's
yeah,
Willy.
Let
Willy.
me update that.
You it's fine. Normally I'm really good about it, but my eyes went to it and then my brain couldn't conquer it. Out of the corner of your eye, Willy, you see that little ghost boy appear and giggle and run into the room.
So is it? And you said it was a ghost boy, right? As he looks over to Willy.
Yeah, it's like about my height, maybe a bit bigger.
Is
Kinda
that
threatening.
is that the thing's gonna kill us? Ghost boy, as he looks to Mr. Fuzzybottom.
Oh, no, that's Tobias. He's cool. He's fun. I like Tobias.
All right, apparently the ghost child is named Tobias.
Willy looks at Rook and goes, "Can he go in the furnace for us?"
What am I? What am
Can-
I?
can-
Hey, I'm just trying to look out for you.
I am resistant to fire.
I mean, you weren't resistant to whatever was upstairs, and who knows what's in that furnace. Ah,
What happened upstairs? We
what
don't
did
need to
happen
talk
upstairs?
about. You don't need to know what happened upstairs.
I mean, what if we find it in that furnace, huh?
You
What
won't
about then?
find it in the furnace.
He'll turn
Not
to
if we
Mr.
don't get there.
She will not be in the furnace.
Ask the cat if whatever Ozim found is going to be in the furnace.
She
Rook
won't
will-
be in the furnace.
Rook will
Try
lean
to-
over to the cat and be like, all right, so what happened upstairs was, and he'll like inform the cat.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm watching you. I like y'all. Keeping an eye on
I
you.
assume the cat knows exactly what happened.
Probably more than us.
He does, yeah, he confirmed.
Looks
So
very
should we-
smug.
He's gonna like pat his armor and be like, so should we head over to that hallway, or are we gonna go to the furnace?
Willy
Ozim
is
still
running out of
leaning against
excuses
the
to-
entrance to the furnace.
Willy is running out of excuses to belabor this moment. So she reluctantly goes, okay.
All right. And it'll be like after the furnace. If we survive, we can check out that hallway. Like if you want.
If? What do you mean if?
Like you touched the stone, so I assume that's where you want to go.
I just want to get out of here in one piece.
I agree.
So you head towards the furnace?
Yeah.
Ozim mutters under his breath, I don't give a shit if I come out of here in one piece or not. Just get me out.
Well, you're like the biggest and strongest, so I like all your pieces where they are. He leans over, takes a look at the furnace, and goes,
Is that
all right,
canon?
game
Does
time,
Ozim
big
laugh?
boy, go.
No,
Here's-
Ozim doesn't laugh.
You're just gonna send him in? I
I mean, what do you want me to do? Give him a pep talk? I've never dealt with ghostly furnaces before.
haven't you dealt with a furnace?
I mean, yeah, but this is a haunted furnace.
Ozim pauses, turns to Rook, starts unstrapping his gauntlets and gloves and anything that is below his shoulder, and hands it to Rook and just kind of nods at him.
Rook will take it.
Willy's gonna cover her eyes.
Nahbi just leans against
only
the wall.
the gloves, gnome.
I just don't know if you're gonna take off anything else. You're not wearing very much in the first place.
Writers.
A fair assumption, but my pants are staying on for this for as far as I can tell.
Aren't
That
those
changes.
flammable?
Yes, the room, and I'm assuming the furnace, is not that large. If my arms aren't sufficient enough, then we'll reevaluate. But for now, I'm assuming I should have enough clearance. And he like stretches out his arms and shows this fucking massive wingspan of whatever. Like, I think it'll be okay.
She takes a look and appraises and goes, yeah, I think so. Go for it.
And if you look closely on his arms, you will see a lot of different types of scarring that you may not really be able to tell what exactly made those scars, but the skin on his forearms is almost not recognizable as regular skin anymore.
Willy, having no poker face, just grimaces at the sight.
So, Ozim steps into the furnace room. Does anyone else follow, or do you all stay in the hall?
I think it was big
I
enough.
follow.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Just checking, making sure I know where everyone is. Why? For reasons. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just curious. You step around the corner, and the door opens with a loud... The south and west walls are covered in a furnace. A massive furnace. As well as... Well, it's not just a furnace. It seems to be very ornate. Covered in countless clockwork gears and levers and dials. Willy, this feels very familiar to you. In a way that... Well, you have to tell me. Is seeing a whole bunch of cogwork gears... Is this exciting to you, or is it a painful reminder of home?
I guess a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It's like weirdly comforting to see things that are familiar, but also kind of guilt-inducing.
You see all kinds of technology that are very similar to what your family worked on. Or might be oppressive, might be exciting. It's...
Well, she was gonna stay like at the threshold of the door, but if that stuff's in there, she's gonna creep in and go and pick it up.
So it's all bolted, all part of this furnace. It's just everywhere. It's all, and this is an L-shaped, it covers 2 walls. It's complex and it's fascinating. It's completely out of space in this house. It is all shiny, polished copper. It smells like coal and steam in here. And You all notice, as soon as you walk in, it's cold. There's a thin bit of smoke coming out from one contraption, but it's sad. Just sad little flume of smoke that is clearly not doing what it's supposed to. Stacks of wood and coal fill the northeast corner of the room. Willy, you notice an object mounted in the north wall. Make me a perception or an investigation, whichever you would like to roll.
Okay. Roll. Oh, let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9.
It looks familiar.
Oh.
It's kind of like that machine that you and DM were working on. Only it seems much more advanced. Kind of sucks. It's kind of cooler than your prototype. But if it works the way yours did, you might be able to figure it out. And then you might be able to cast Sending even without using a spell. That's what this machine does, after all.
Sending, eh? She looks around, narrows her eyes, and tells everybody, I'm getting the weirdest deja vu. I've built one, which was totally the same quality. I have that talent. I've never seen it laid out like this before.
It's not haunted then, right?
Repeat?
It's not haunted then, right? It's just
I mean,
a machine.
It's in a nightmare house. Let's just, suspend our disbelief.
Oh, that's true.
But at least it's familiar territory. She looks at Ozim and goes, 1 second. I'm gonna set you up for success. And she starts fiddling with aspects that she seems to know how to meander herself around, doing screws, turning knobs. Okay.
Make me an intelligence or a sleight of hand check, whichever you prefer.
Does that single brain cell work today?
Or sleight of hand.
Okay,
You can do this based off of your brain power. You can do this based off of...
Oh,
my hands
that's
is
not
nimble.
bad. My brain is firing. 16, 17, 18, 19. There we go.
Anything you want to say as you tinker with it? I interrupted you, I'm sorry.
I know, it's fine. She just looks at Ozim and goes, we're going to need some wood. I saw some at the north wall.
He goes and picks up a bunch.
He's doing his manly duty as you're over there tinkering, and it's probably kind of fun. Like, you haven't messed with things in a long time.
Do you want us to tie ropes around you and so we can pull you back if anything happens?
She jumps because she remembers she's supposed to be scared. She got so into it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm in my groove right now. This is kind of nice. I mean, compared to all the other rooms we've been in.
And right then, you hear a squawky little voice come over this weird little box that says, Willy? Willy, is that your voice? Willy, is that you?
Does she recognize this voice?
It's DM.
And that's what she does. That's my buddy. Hey, DM. She rushes to whatever the source of the voice is.
It's a little box that you're tinkering with.
Oh, what?
This prototype seems to be working.
Do we hear the voice?
You all hear it.
Ozim is going to silently bring the rope over to Rook and hand it to him and say nothing.
He takes it.
It's fine, you guys. I know him. What up, D?
Willy, where have you been? I never heard from you, and things are terrible, and are you safe?
Oh my, I win. No, but I'm in an okay part. I'm dealing with our invention. Someone else built it. It's completely finished here.
Yeah, it's working on my end. I don't understand that at all. Like, I just had the one we'd worked on, and I sent you my last set of diagrams and theories, and then the other letter, and you didn't reply to either, and now suddenly it's working. I don't understand. It's great. What did you do?
I picked it up, and that's it.
And you hear him taking notes, even across the distance.
Ozim is going to kind of slowly sidle up next to Nahbi and go, if the cat's here, could you find out, well, cat, if you're here, should we be worried about the voice that the gnome is currently hearing?
Tell the big one that I don't know. This
Cat doesn't know.
Drixcilla has always been a jerk, but she's always given safe harbor to people. She's never gone all. So this is new territory for me too.
Apparently, this has never happened before. Usually, this lady's really nice.
Thank you,
I
Cat.
didn't say nice.
Okay,
She's an
usually
asshole. She's
an
judgy.
asshole.
You know,
And judgy.
she was actually looking very weird. Was she
But-
racist against orcs?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
She's certainly racist against cats.
Well, thank you, Cat.
The entire
go
time
ahead.
they're talking, Willy's already taken out a bunch of parchment and goes, okay, Dee, hold on. I need you to give me a list of what yours looks like. I'm going to try and crack this open and reverse engineer and take notes. And then when we meet up again, we can compare.
Well, okay, alright, but if you crack it open, are you sure you can put it back together? Because remember the last time? I'm the one who's good at reverse engineering. You not so much.
Listen, I'm in an adventure right now with actual heroes. I'm in a literary epic.
That's what you've always wanted.
I
What,
know.
what are you doing right now?
I'm in a furnace area and I got a rope that's coming, maybe. And we're trying to do these tasks for a nightmare haunted thing.
Okay, I didn't understand all of that, but I'm also in a furnace.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so the war got kind of bad, and so I'm helping, and I mean I got conscript. I'm not like you. I mean I'm maybe, but I a little bit more. But I got assigned to fix the furnace, and I've been working on this thing for a week, and Roth helped me. I can't fix it.
She like dabs her quill. Well, what are you doing?
Well, it kind of seems like it's jammed, but I can't get it unjammed.
Okay, it's jammed where? We're gonna check our side and see what's up.
Okay, yeah. So he gives you a series of instructions, and you figure out through your communications back and forth where he thinks it's jammed, and roll me an intelligence check to see how well you and DM coordinate.
Why are you challenging this poor nose brain this way?
You wanted to play the Bartificer.
My hubris. Okay, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19. Okay. You find the spot that he's talking about. You know, okay, if you go over there, there's like this pull down thing. And I think if we both pull it at the same time, maybe because I keep pulling it, it doesn't come unjammed, but maybe it's, I don't know, linked? Is this a thing? I don't know. This seems weird and wrong and not right, but if you're in an adventure, I don't know, you make things happen. So, okay, ready?
Okay, hold on. She rushes to the thing. I'm gonna pull this thing, you guys.
Ozim is like, do you want me to do it?
And she goes, hold on. I'm gonna let Ozim pull this thing, you guys.
He walks over and goes to pull it.
Okay. Ozim, I need you to make me a sleight of hand check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Awesome. You pull it, and sure enough, a whole bunch of chunky, something between coal and wood starts falling out along with a small belch of flames. And you take 2 points of damage halved because you are a tiefling. And you apparently, with Willy's countdown of 1, 2, 3, your communication skills are top. You pull it out, it comes down. And Tim's like, oh my gosh, it worked. That's great. Okay, is it, let me check my gears, hold on. And he runs over and starts, you assume, checking dials on the other side. And it does seem to be getting warmer in here. but it's not, doesn't seem to be roaring all cylinders yet.
All right. Willy pulls at her collar and goes, okay, I think it's because we have a tiefling on our side. Definitely resistant to fire. It's pretty amazing. You should be here. Took it like it was nothing.
Oh, I
But
wish I
we
could
might
be
need more
there.
wood. And she looks at Ozim and goes, wood.
Ozim just goes and starts feeding wood to the furnace.
All right. So I don't think this is working quite yet. Whew. That was a lot. Okay. Gosh, I wish I was a tiefling. All right. Let's. There's maybe we might need to vent some steam because it looks like fire is coming out now and it's heating up, but it's still not. So maybe we need to vent steam. So brace yourself. This might be kind of explosive. Okay.
One second. Let me hide behind the tiefling.
So I need you to roll another intelligence check to see again how well you and D coordinate this.
Oh, my single brain cell. Okay, intelligence. 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Not a save, a check.
Oh. I thought it was rolling a d20.
It is, but the save plus is different than the regular.
Oh, saving throws. There we go.
And you're near me, so you get a +2.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right.
So
12?
I think it's 8. Pretty
8.
sure.
And then you get a. Did you add that +2 from Rook?
Yeah, that's all total.
Okay, so 8. All right. So you're looking it over, and you're squinting and trying to figure it out, and you rest your hand too long on a spot and pull it back, and you take 4 points of fire damage, and it smarts on your hand. But
Wait.
you figure out what you need to do, and so you start pointing to Ozim, and you're like, okay, I assume you're having Ozim do this again.
After that burn, yeah.
So it's actually kind of good because it's kind of high up. It would be difficult for you to reach. You could, but it's nicer to have a big boy who could do it for you. So you point and you're like, okay, you're gonna have to pull this valve. DM's like, okay, that valve, we gotta pull it at the exact same time. And I'm gonna have to jump, so this might be a little challenging. So I'm gonna count, and then we'll do it. Okay? Okay. Here we go. And Ozim, if you're pulling, I need you to roll me a sleight of hand to see how well you time this.
13.
13. You take,
Lucky.
again, 2 points of fire damage, halved, as you pull this thing. And I need, everyone's in this room, right? I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Everyone gets +2. Oof.
Oh, 24.
That's a 5.
Doing
14.
some monk shit.
I got a 7.
So, Ozim, you just lean out of the way, annoyed, unimpressed by everything. Nahbi, you do some monk shit, but Willy and Rook, you are not quite prepared for the gust of steam that suddenly vents in a wide cone, and you each take 6 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
And the furnace starts to let out a high-pitched cry as it begins to kind of rumble and move, and it is very warm in here. Anyone who would like to stay is going to need to make me a Constitution saving throw, or else you will need to move out of the space because it is getting very warm in here.
I will stay with the 24. Constitution.
And you get a +2 because
Oh,
of him.
26.
And-
Yeah.
Can we roll and then decide, or do we have to decide and then roll?
You have to. You can either back out. You're gonna have a hard time leaving because you got to communicate with DM, and you're the only one who knows how this machine works.
I gotta roll. All right. I'm
30, 20.
30-20. Nahbi, are you staying or are you backing into the hall?
I'm gonna stay. Constitution rule.
And that's, you said saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you're fine.
I got a 14.
Okay. If you take 1 point of exhaustion as just the heat starts. This is very on brand for you.
Oh, I'm hurt.
Someone does not do well in the heat.
All right.
Okay, but you're like, okay, I can do this. Okay. And DM's like, we're almost there. Okay, I'm pretty. Whew, that was. Did you get a big old steam blast too?
Yeah, but my intestines are still in me. I'm good.
What? We're gonna. Are you okay?
We'll workshop it later. Let's keep going.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're almost done. There's 2 levers on the control board. And I need you to look for them. There's a red knob and there's a blue knob, and we need to pull both of them. So you need to find those.
Okay, are they high up or low up?
Roll me an investigation check to find out.
Alrighty. Oh, where's my investigation? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You're like, okay, I found these. Yeah. And DM's like, okay, we're gonna have to coordinate this at the exact same time. So are you ready? You ready?
I think so. Oh, I'm really hurt. She like waves Ozim over. Come on, man. I need you on that other one.
Ozim does what he's told.
So
If you need Nahbi to kick you, let us know.
Kick me? What would I need? Oh, hold on. She runs over to Nahbi. Kick me.
Okay. Are you hurt? Yes?
She's just like, has all these steam burns and has a burn on her forehead. She's like, you think? Then she turns around, shows off her rear end, just right on the keister. Just one swift
alright.
one.
Fine. And she uses her foot of healing, I guess, in this case, and gives her a tap for 5.
Nice. Then she rushes back.
Glad I could help.
okay, is your friend who's ever helping you, is he ready?
Oh, this tiefling is ready to go. He's so excited. She looks at Ozim. Yeah, he's really excited. Let's go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. And you pull this and you hear Ozim, you take 2 points of fire damage, again reduced, as a huge gush of steam comes out from knee height. Everyone in the room, make me a dexterity saving throw. As you pull the wrong levers. Wrong lever, Kronk.
Wrong
It's
lever.
a 4?
Wrong lever.
19.
Oh, sorry, 6?
13. Lucky.
What did you get, Nahbi? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I spaced out for a second. What am I rolling?
Dexterity save.
Right.
Steam is coming at you.
I got a 21.
21. So, Willy, you
Oh,
take
shit.
4 points of fire damage. Ha! Okay, I think that wasn't the right one. Okay, Willy, I need you to look again.
I don't want to do this again. This burns.
I don't want to do this again either, but okay, everything for the cause. Everything for the cause. I need a red and a blue lever.
Okay.
And Willy, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, brain cell, don't fail me now. Oh, why would you do that to me? Hold on. Where is my intelligence? 3, 6. 9.
Okay, we're doing this again.
I don't know. I want to be sure. She looks at Rook and she's like, come here, check my notes.
Okay, so Rook, you hear this little voice over the thing. Okay, so it's a red lever, and it's a blue lever, and they, it's really hot in here, and the blue lever has like a weird hook on the handle, but the red one is a knob. So, you can roll an intelligence check, Rook, to see if you can identify what is being described.
Okay, Rook will look to Willy and be like, I hit stuff, and I'm like, I pray. That's my thing. I don't know this. And then as he's like,
Is he leaning down to say this to her?
Oh, absolutely, like kneeling.
Okay, so she reaches up and grabs either side of his face. You listen to me. This is the moment of a hero's journey where all the chips are down and it comes down to you. You got this.
And then he's just like, all right, let me try. And it's intelligence or
Intelligence.
Okay. That's a straight on roll of 6. Like
Yeah.
I touch something and it breaks off the handle. It's like, oh.
No, what she pointed out seems right.
I like look over and be like, I guess it seems fine.
Okay, I believe in you two. You got this.
All right, I guess let's do it.
Are you sure you don't want Nahbi to like look at it just in case? Like,
I love this butt passing.
She looks at Nahbi and goes like, what do you think? I know you're about performance art and kicking, but maybe you got like lever intelligence.
I'm not going to make it. I will leave that to the you all.
Got it. It is highbrow stuff.
Yeah.
She looks at the rest of them. I think we have this.
just make sure you have your shield out just in case.
Oh, right,
And-
right. She like
And he'll
flips
back
it over.
up to like.
She's like full on turtling with this shit with shield. Just like,
Okay. So DM's like, okay, you got it this time. We double checked. We're good. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And Ozim pulls the levers. Wow, I'm switching this out. You take 2 more points of fire damage, reduced by half because tiefling. And again, everyone make me a dexterity saving throw.
oh boy,
Wow.
how you gonna hurt me?
18.
10, 11, 12, 13.
25. More
21.
What the heck?
This time you are all ready for it. It has been telegraphed as much as it could be telegraphed. Of course, a huge gust of steam comes out. And you hear, okay, Willy, I really need you to focus, Willy. I know how you are, and I love you for how you are, but I really need you to do this.
Really didn't expect it to happen again that time.
Yeah. Okay. You know the difference between red and blue, right?
It's all this fire. It's making everything yellow.
Okay, so he spends a lot of time describing the exact shape. And if anyone else would like to listen in, I will let you...
19. 19.
So add a d4, roll your intelligence check, add a d4, because you're getting help. And don't forget you can bardic inspiration yourself.
Oh,
I
thought
I
that was
allow
only
that.
towards other people.
I allow bardic inspiration, because most bards find themselves very inspiring, let's be
Okay.
honest.
Hey, 18.
Okay. You're pretty confident this time.
It's
DM.
process of elimination. She's turned every knob. She's pretty sure it's this one.
But here's the problem.
Oh.
They're far enough apart that even with Ozim's impressive wingspan, you're gonna need 2 people.
All right.
What do you mean? Mine are right next to each other. What? Oh, that's why you were having so much trouble. No. They should be. I wonder if these layouts are different. If it's a quantum entanglement thing, then why are they so different? Because sorry. Focus.
Keep to the narrative, DM. We got this.
Right. Okay. I'm pretty sure this will do it.
Okay. Let me just contract this lever pulling. She looks at Rook. Goes, there's one over there, and there's one over there. I already got fireproof on that one. I'm gonna need you to rock the other lever.
Like, you got it. As he limps over, and then I was like, I just have to lift this, right? Nothing else? No other. Like, I don't want to screw this up.
Just don't break it this time.
All right, all right.
All right. I am going to need each of you to make a sleight of hand check to see if you two plus DM can coordinate this. Say group 1, and DM did not roll well.
I believe in you.
15.
15?
That is a 5.
I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Everyone gets +2.
17.
15.
19.
15.
Okay. 15. You all are prepared for it, but not prepared for just the massive amount of fire and steam that suddenly belches as this thing blows open. You each take 10 points of fire damage. Halved for the tiefling. As the furnace suddenly roars to life and you hear something shriek. Those of you who had a hold of it, who were holding the levers, you feel it suddenly grow soft and not hot, but fleshy under your hands. You hear this massive, angry as a toothy mouth opens in the middle of the furnace and flames come belching out. It snaps down. Everyone make me a dexterity saving throw.
Let's see
19.
how much this hurts.
19.
23.
23.
16.
You all pounce out of the way before this giant toothy maw of what appears to be a gigantic, almost room-sized mimic slams down and then fades back, and the furnace returns to normal. It is radiating heat now. It is sweltering hot. There is steam coming out of it, smoke. But more so than any of this, Willy, you hear a strangled cry of pain come across your communication box.
Well, she's been completely wailing at the sight of this mimic clawing at the wallpaper, and then she hears a cry, ah, 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 DM!
It's working on my side. How is it on yours?
I'm not as burned. Are you okay?
I'll be okay. I'm sure someone will come down soon. It's okay.
You really need an adventuring party for these sorts of things.
Yeah. We don't have many adventures here anymore. I'm really excited to hear about your adventures, Willy.
Well, don't look now. You're part of it.
Yeah. I need you to come out of it and tell me all about it next time, okay?
I will. I promise.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon. I think I need to lay down.
Yeah, do that. Don't use butter. I just roast you.
And the box goes silent. You notice another warmth, Willy. And you look down in your hand. And the sprocket is there. Miraculously, because you threw it away.
Mother.
But as you look at it, it starts to glow faintly with a blue-white light. and something that looks like a very stylized symbol, but you, with your background, definitely recognize as a treble clef, appears in it. And you have attuned to the sprocket. You find something comforting in its brassy veneer now. And you have advantage on all intelligence checks which have to do with invention or machinery. And well, that was terrible. And apparently it was somehow a mimic and not a mimic. You did something really cool. And you saw an invention that you made work. I don't know, maybe there is something to this inventing thing. It's definitely not adventuring. But maybe it's kind of cool too. Maybe. You'll have to decide.
After the mimic thing, Rook definitely was like stabbing at the walls just to make sure there's no like blood or flesh. Because that's too weird.
Willy's just cheering him on. Yeah, get him!
Ozim quietly says to Nahbi, we probably shouldn't tell the gnome that she's never going to speak to that person again.
I agree.
Yeah, that sounded pretty bad, the cat says.
We'll let her have her moment, but she doesn't seem to understand that that person is gone.
Yeah, I don't think it's sinking in.
Willy rushes over. She says, you guys have to listen to this. It just came to me. Pulls out her flute or recorder. Just poorly starts playing this tune that she has in her head. And shows off the sprocket.
It the treble clef kind of dances with light whenever you play that matches your tune.
And Rook will look to the second and third degree burns on him and be like, what if we didn't check out that ghosty hallway?
I mean, I'm okay with that. If you just want to go straight to the other thing after we maybe like fix all this, I'm okay.
Yeah, Ozim is like,
to look for.
What did the cat say again? Resting here? Yes, no.
This hasn't happened to me before. How vengeful is she? I mean, I'm kind of biased.
The cat's asking how vengeful you are. So like a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being super vengeful.
No, the Drixcilla lady.
Oh, Drixcilla. And then he'll just be like, I don't really want to summon her.
No. But is she gonna let us rest? Is the question.
Also, like, is the house gonna let you? I don't know.
Good point. Good point.
So, now with the furnace working, it is incredibly hot in here. So you'll probably want to get out of this room unless you want to make another Constitution saving throw against exhaustion.
Nope.
I'm down with leaving.
Ozim's already walking out.
I already smell like a foot. Let's not make it worse. We're out.
Hopefully this house is up to code as he like looks at everything.
Out of character, what's everyone's health at right now?
I'm good.
21.
Out of what?
58.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
at
at 26 out of 59, so.
I've been going through it.
I'm at a cool 19.
Yeah, I only have
Out
2
of
key points left.
39.
So. I gotta be a little, reserved with my healing slaps.
Yeah.
Willy's gonna walk next to Ozim and go, so, that was a nice job back there. You want me to hit you with a bit of, R&R of the healing kind? Use your words.
Sure, that would be great, thank you.
Yeah. She whips out her recorder and just starts playing a horrid tune. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Ooh.
Alright, what do I roll? Tell me, Paige.
I am checking if this would load. Here we go.
You should be able to just click the button and it should roll for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yep.
1d4. Okay. Rolling. Hey, 4.
Plus.
Oh, let me read the notes. 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Where is my spellcasting ability
Plus
modifier?
3.
Ah, what she said.
7 hit points. I can math.
Nice.
It was
On-
it was
on
a
my
shrill
good days.
tune, but it was a good tune.
And you get the little light show of the sprocket.
Oh, she loves
Cool.
that so much.
He fakes some amusement. Gives like a very deadpan smile.
And she looks and goes, "Don't do that again."
All right, so you have stepped out of the furnace. You're in this little hallway. It's narrow. You can, Willy, you can stand next to someone, but everyone else, you don't want to stand next to Ozim. It's a small space, and Ozim's a big guy. So you have your map. You have successfully gotten the furnace working, and you notice that it is warmer in the house. It is less. Well, it's still terrible, but it's slightly less terrible.
Yay for less terrible.
What do you do?
Well, I've got books to find.
Oh. Willie flaps out the map. That way.
Which way
What
do
way?
you go?
Well, I want to say.
So you've got X's in both 10 and 2 on the first floor. So which one does Willy, holder of the maps, for better or for worse?
She's gonna go to 10.
10?
Yeah.
All right. So you start down this narrow hall, and in front of you is a closed door, probably a closet. Turn sharply to your left, and you see 2 doors, one to the north, one to the south. And at the end, at the edges of your vision, you see this hall open up into a larger room. What's your marching order? Does anyone check anything out? Narrate me what you're doing. I know Sophie's paranoid. However, the rest of you doing?
I guess we'll like be in a small huddle. Be like, all right, do we want to like just kick doors in, check, and then slam them shut if we don't see books, or should we like how should we do this?
I
I
mean,
mean, I feel like the X's mark the books. There's 3 X's.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every single place that we've been to has been something specifically like targeted to either scare us or that part of our skill set. She flips her hair very proudly. She's like, and everybody's kind of done their thing. She points at Nahbi, except you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
you should take point.
Okay, well, you have the map.
Well, I like feeling in charge.
That's fine.
You think she has like healing items in this place?
You know, we could really use some. Let's go
really
check
could.
that big area.
But room number 2? Is that the one you want to go to first?
Well, we're already near 10. Let's check
Oh,
12
yeah, that's true.
for like potions and poultices and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm down.
Ozim's in the back because he takes so much room in the hallway.
And Rook will look to Willy, be like, hey, can I borrow my shield really quick?
Sure, bro.
Oh. Yeah, good idea.
All right, you
Defend.
just you stay behind. That way you don't have to worry about getting hit. And he'll like equip his shield, giving him much needed +2 AC. And he'll like I'll go ahead and like walk forward to see if there's anything there. And if I get stabbed, you'll know that there's something dangerous.
Don't forget pineapple.
Got it. Yep. Yeah. And then he'll head over. Because it's a shield, he's gonna put away his halberd and pull out like his longsword or hand axe rather.
And do you walk straight to 12? Do you peek into 9? Do you peek into 10? Do you peek into 11? And
Straight to 12. Yeah.
straight to 12. Rook, are you leading the way?
Yes.
Okay. So it's Rook, Nahbi, Willy, Ozim, or Rook, Willy, Nahbi, Ozim?
I'll go right behind Rook.
Cool. The hallway opens into a massive children's playroom that also could serve as a children's ball during events, because Drixcilla is that kind of person. Closets line the north walls, and a water closet is along the south wall. Child-sized furniture and storage shelves filled with broken toys and mildewing blankets fill cabinets along the far wall. Just south of the door sits a small round table that is laid out with a lavish tea party display, and porcelain cups that are chipped and empty. Willy. A large teddy bear, which is missing one eye, sits at the table, and two figures, child-sized figures covered in cloths, sit opposite each other. Mist Cat snickers and hops down off your shoulder, Nahbi, and pops onto the little seat and sits there, looking very pleased.
Rook will examine the area and be like, I don't have a good vibe about this. He looks snobby.
My vibe's probably not much better than yours right now.
And then Rook will be like, and he just gets kind of exhausted. He goes, listen, if there's anything like fucky in this room, can you just please make yourself known so we can get this over with? And just kind of like pulls out a shield and looks to everything.
Willy just looks at the both of them really confused and walks further into the room. She's like, I mean, this is the best room we've been in. Everything's gnome-sized. She like walks over to the table and goes like teddy bears and tables my size is great. Don't drink the tea. Fool me once.
Mist Cat appears to you and puts his little front legs on the table, kind of crossed Sphinx style, and he's all like, you can pretend to drink the tea because there's no tea.
Oh,
It's a great little tea party.
I see him. I see the cat. She waves back. I mean, will that do anything? Like reveal another secret door?
It's
She
a
pretends.
playroom. Give me a
it's not a
performance
gnome
check.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Performance check. 11. Oh, wait. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go.
You sip this tea with a flourish. And nothing happens.
She just drops the teacup. Wait a minute. This place is for kids.
Yeah. Aren't you a kid?
No, I'm a gnome.
Aren't you a gnome kid?
I mean, I'm mature.
Okay. He doesn't sound
She's-
convinced.
Very deflated over a cat not believing her. And she like looks at the figures at the table. They like picks up her club and uses the handle to poke at the figure. Cat, what are these things?
Toys, I guess.
She reaches over and grabs the sheet.
Which one?
Oh, God.
Left or right?
Left.
Left. You grab it, and you pull it off, and a doll sits there.
Oh no.
What do you mean? Oh no.
Creepy doll.
Are
Just
you not a
remembered-
fan of dolls?
Not ones in haunted houses.
What, big
The
spiders?
furnace just came to life. What do you think could possibly happen with dolls?
Yeah,
Ozim
Rook
says
will-
from the entrance to the room. He has not stepped foot in here.
Rook will kneel down and just look straight at the doll and be like, yo, we've been through it tonight. I don't want to like cause a fight. I assume that you're intelligent. I assume you have opinions and feelings and can you know, we don't want any trouble. Is there any way we can make the situation non-hostile?
Willy's just like holding her hands, trying not to laugh with her face, and she's like, if the cat's not worried, I don't think we should be worried.
The doll is beautifully, intricately carved, you can see from here. And it's even got little pointed ears. Its hair is nicely done. Because the sheet's been on it, it's one of the few things not covered in dust. Its clothes are embroidered with bits of silk in a beautiful pale blue dress, and it just smiles at you.
And he'll just like
Willy
wait.
like creeps up right behind his shoulder and just like puts her chin on Rook's shoulder and goes, "Feel pretty dumb talking to a doll right now, don't you?"
He's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And then he just like gets up and then
Come on, let's just go look for some stuff that can like patch us up.
just in
Ozim's
case.
gonna watch the doll the whole time.
I was gonna say the same thing. It was like he doesn't blink as he like exits the room slowly.
Yeah. No,
I mean, there's a door to room 10 in this room. We don't need to go back into the hallway. Ozim might take the door in the hallway because he hasn't left the hallway, but there's 2 doors to room 10.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yep. Is there anything outside of what you described within room 12?
There are, you can do some investigations. That entire back wall has like little storage cabinets. Some are open, some are closed, and it's filled with blankets and various toys. Like, this is definitely a children's playroom. There's small furniture, there's just toys and stuffed animals. These are some very spoiled children. But without a deeper investigation, you just see lots of toys, lots of dolls, and this tea set.
Alright, well, I'm gonna investigate.
Roll me an investigation check.
Let's do this. Oh, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. You find a very nice little teacup, if you would like to take it. It's not sitting out on the table, but it's nice and in the corner. Lots and lots and lots of toys. You find some empty shatterproof bottles, where it looks like these kids have been collecting bugs or whatever it is kids play with. And one beautifully preserved little stuffed toy that somehow is completely devoid of dust.
What kind of toy is it?
It looks like a little stuffed animal, but you can't tell what. Every time you look at it, your mind seems to kind of fuzz, and you can't quite pick out what it is. But it
Alright.
does seem to have one silver needle through its head.
Well, she's gonna pull it out.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Why? Why would you do that?
No one is telling her otherwise.
Is this a good point to take a break?
We
Is
will
it?
roll initiative. I will take it down, and then we
Okay.
will take a break.
Oh my
Thank you.
god.
Oh, this poor girl.
Maybe if we kill
Ay,
enough
ay,
things, we'll level
ay.
up. You know.
And then I won't have to rest. I only have 2 key points left, y'all. I can't keep doing this. I got a 16.
16.
9.
15.
What'd you
Let
get,
me
Willy?
see what I got. Initiative. Where is my initiative? Where is my initiative? Well, I rolled a 10.
10.
Top middle. So if you
Top
look
middle.
all the way to top,
Yep.
yeah.
Rolled a
Constitution,
10
intelligence.
With a +4, so 14.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
All right, y'all. I tried to give as many warnings as I could there. But we are going to take a quick 10 minutes. We will be back. Thank you for hanging out with us. This has been very different from last week. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how this fight goes. So thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you in 10.
Yay.
And
ready.
And he has the single grenade. Do not touch that, though.
And
Okay.
we are back as Sophie threatens people about her character. So, our heroes are in the middle of a haunted house, and they decided to, after completing Willy's task of fixing the furnace, they decided to investigate this room in hopes of finding something useful. Unfortunately, Willy decided to go poke around among a bunch of stuffed animals, and upon finding a strange stuffed animal with a silver needle through it, and she couldn't quite identify what it was. Willy, what is your armor?
Yes.
Does a 16 hit
For
your armor class?
and you said a 16.
Mm-hmm.
My AC is 16. How does that hash out?
Meets it, beats it is the rule in
Oh.
DC. So,
Okay.
as you're reaching out, this little fuzzy creature grabs the needle and stabs your finger with it.
What the heck?
You take 1 piercing damage
Ouch.
plus 5 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my goodness.
And I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Charisma saving throw. Don't fail me now. Oh, you failed me now. 6.
You are cursed for 1 minute.
I deserve it.
As this little, it almost looks like a teddy bear, right? In kind of its shape, but like it's got little nasty, almost hooked little horns and little ears, and its face suddenly comes to a foxy pointed nose with hollow black eyes as it wields this needle. And it's very small, but
What can I do while I'm cursed?
we will deal with that in a minute. Nahbi, you are up first. You are standing not terribly far behind Willy. This is a large room, but you have a whole lot of movement, and you can close the distance if you so choose.
I'm gonna take my spear and huck it
Make me a ranged attack, please.
at the thing. Does 21 hit?
A 21 definitely hits.
Or 9?
For 9 points of damage.
I'm doing a lot of monk shit today. This is crazy.
Yeah.
The dice is happy.
That
with
must have
me.
been a fantastic throw. Just like
Is-
spear it against the wall.
Is your back sore from carrying us?
Normally I don't roll. Like I've been like roll like.
Listen, you guys did some fantastic lever work, okay? Don't cut yourself short.
I don't know. I got
You did. You did. I stayed out of that whole thing.
So, your spear comes in and catches it, one of its little paws against the wall, kind of the corner of it, and it rips its paw free, and is still wielding the needle. Oz, what are you gonna do? The gnome has literally poked the bear.
He immediately goes into a rage. Because, of course, he does. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to do this. Technically, he doesn't need to be here, and he could leave if he felt like it just to fuck everyone over, because what does he care? He mainly goes into a rage because of Willy, not really about the situation. It just happens. He doesn't really feel like attacking.
So you go in a
Did he-
rage and you stay in the doorway?
Shit. I don't know.
Time's
I don't
ticking.
know.
6
I
seconds.
know. Fuck. Okay, fine. He'll attack it.
Okay, so it's a decently big room, but you're a big boy. You loom over Willy. What do you attack with?
The axe.
Make me an attack roll.
That is a 14, I think.
14. You bring this axe down in your rage, and you cleave huge scar through these wall shelves. Things go flying, splinters shatter, and the little bear, because you miss it, and it brandishes the little needle at you.
He'll use the momentum and just go again. He doesn't care anymore. 15.
15 just hits. You cleave down on this thing, and you cut across the front of it, and you watch a little bit of stuffing come out.
Do
What's your
I do
damage?
roll for damage?
Yes.
Damage will be... Where is my d12? Where are you, d12? There you are. 12.
12? You cleave this thing and you see a bunch of stuffing come out and you see it stumble and it makes this weird little chattering sound. And it's very strange because this does seem to be a stuffed animal and yet it's making noises. Willy, it is now your turn. This little toy does not look very happy and it does not look very good. But it just poked you in the finger when you tried to poke it.
Oh, great. Okay. How big is this bear?
It's a little stuffed bear. It's not exceptionally
little
large.
guy?
It's just a little guy. It's littler than you for once.
Oh man. Can she cast Mage Hand and just pick it up and hold it in midair?
You can try. You can make me a dexterity. Wait, grappling is strength if you're grappling. Make me a strength check against its dexterity.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Where is my strength? Oh, okay. I don't have to worry about it because it's not there. Oh, a 1.
Your mage hand goes to grab this thing and it just kind of twists out of the way and starts swinging at you with this little thing again. And it looks at you and its eyes are glass. But there is a malevolence and it is locked onto you. And you don't feel very good about that. So you have an action and a bonus action left.
Okay. Let me see. And I take it this thing hasn't spoken or said anything to us. It's just laughing.
It's just laughing.
Okay.
Brooke is next up, just so you know.
Taunting us.
Well, then I'm just gonna... I'm already like flat on my back. I'm gonna crab walk, grab my recorder, and just cast Bardic Inspiration because she done goofed.
So you're giving it to Rook?
Yes.
And what's your Bardic Inspiration sound like?
It is the saddest Titanic song.
All right. So you, do you want to move? If you move away, it might swing at you again. Do you go kind of as far as you can without it taking? It's a little guy, but it's real. It's locked onto you.
That second one.
So you back up kind of to the edge of 5 feet and are like, I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm not gonna go any further.
The most artful crab walk.
Artful crab walking while playing a recorder. Very impressive. Rook.
He is going to immediately rush to Willy's side and with his shield and hand axe in hand, go over and like attempt to attack this creature.
It does not look very good, so make me your attack roll. And you have a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, I'm gonna need it. So maybe 15.
15 actually hits.
Okay.
Do you want to use the Bardic just because Willy's got some special Bardic when you use it?
Let me try see my next attack and how that goes.
Okay.
I'll use it for my next.
Roll me your damage.
That is a 9.
9. You don't
And
even
then-
need to roll again. It
Okay.
lets out a scream, and then you kind of watch a little cloud of stuffing, and the needle, plink, 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 falls to the ground. And Willy, you feel the curse release, which, without spoiling too much, you're really lucky you killed it before Willy's next turn.
Perfect. And is there any other threat in this room?
None that you see.
Dolls.
None obvious, no obvious threats.
Rook
Okay.
really like, so how do I win?
And it's like, okay, perfect. And Rook will just look to everyone and be like, "Is everyone okay? Everyone cool?"
Willy's still flat on her back. She just starts crying. I did it. No.
Should we just attack everything just in case? Or it's like,
No, don't pull anything. Don't do anything. She's just still on her back.
Ozim is going to go towards the doll that Willy uncovered. He's not going to attack it. He's just looking at it.
Oh, the seated doll?
Mhm.
So, again, to set the scene, since we did go on break between now and then, there is near the door, actually, let me flip over here. Whoosh. Near the door, almost very close to where the number 12 is, there is a small tea set. It's child sized, so also Willy sized, with a tea set laid out. They're empty, they're chipped. This is clearly a children's play tea set. Sitting on the far back to the far wall is a large teddy bear. To the left of the table is a large, now uncovered doll, which seems to be made of polished wood, very well nicely made, with long hair, glass eyes that are creepy. And it's just sitting and smiling. And across from it sits what seems to be another child-shaped object with a sheet over it. The doll that is now sitting there did have a sheet over it, but the sheet was removed earlier. And the doll...
Ozim is... Oh, sorry, just kidding. Finish.
I was to say, the doll looks at you.
Ozim doesn't even look over his shoulder, but in the direction of Willy says, "Do not touch anything else in this fucking house. Do you hear me?" And he sounds like you've never heard him sound this angry before.
It goes, okay.
And now, one by one, Ozim is going to want to either roll a perception or investigation check on each of the dolls and the bear.
So, roll me investigation for the first doll.
He's not going to touch them. He's just... 21.
Again, very nicely well made. Highly polished. This is clearly a very expensive toy. Whoever these children were, they were very, very spoiled, because this is a child-size polished wood posable doll with... You're not sure if it's real hair. You probably don't want to know, given the space. But it doesn't seem to move or blink or be any more creepy than a doll already is.
The teddy bear, then.
Roll it.
Should it be an Arcana check or investigation?
Investigation, you...
Okay. 19.
19. This is a large bear. It has not been covered, so its fur is very, very dusty. It is stitched together, but it's starting to kind of... There's a little bit of mildew. One eye has fallen off of it. The other one's a button. And it sits there, slumped. Blank. The third doll you cannot investigate because it is under a sheet.
And then what about the doorway? The door that was opened?
That is back in the main room. Between the main room and
shit,
2, it was
right.
a hidden doorway.
Fuck. Okay. Ozim is just gonna turn and walk towards one of the doors that would enter room 10. He's not gonna say anything. I don't think he wants to speak anymore.
Brooke will kneel down to Willy and be like, "You okay? You good?"
She looks at Ozim. She's like, where is he going? And then looks at Rook. I don't feel too hot. I feel like my intestines are seeking liberation. I could use a hand.
He'll help Willy up. Like, it's all good. You take your time to process. Let's just walk over. We'll see what's going on in this next room.
I really thought that I was gonna have the same deal that you had with the doll that didn't move. Why do I always get the hard ones?
Everyone makes mistakes. It's all good. And then you just like will guide.
Should we leave that there? The pin? Like, shouldn't we like I don't know, get rid of it?
At this point, if nothing's attacking us, let's keep doing what we're currently doing and just make our way to Ozim and
Are you coming with Nahbi?
Nahbi just nods and then walks over and grabs her spear out of the wall and then follows along.
It's a nice shot, by the way.
Thanks.
Also, Nahbi, just for giggles, because I forgot, and I just roll me a d4. I promise this isn't bad. I promise it isn't bad. Promise it isn't bad.
Doubt.
Four. Holy shit.
So you added an extra 4 to your damage from the Mistcat's Blessing, which
Ah,
would have left it at 1 hit point when Rook finished it off. So just so
gotcha,
y'all
gotcha,
know.
gotcha. Cool.
I forgot that. That's my bad. I mentioned it was a demon, but then I forgot to tell you to add the damage. All right. So Rook leads the way into room 10.
I think Ozim was the first one.
I'm
to
sorry,
go over the
Ozim,
door.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you enter the south door or the west door? I know how that works.
He goes right back into the hallway that he had entered through and goes in
Okay.
the hall door.
So, you enter a large child's nursery that lays before you quiet as a grave. A crib and cradle sits under the window along the north wall. Peeling, faded wallpaper depicts cartoon bears, rabbits, and other creatures. Baby furniture, moth-eaten cloth diapers, and toys fill the gloomy space. A patrician is set out along the east corner, a setup space for a wet nurse to live. An adult-sized bed, which was once neatly made, sits behind that low patrician. A dresser, trunk, and a few other faded belongings sit there. An unfurnished dollhouse sits in that space at a small table. The crafting tools are spread around it. It's split down the middle, and one side is completely unfinished. The right side has a living room and 2 dolls sitting in the kitchen.
Does it look familiar?
It does look a little familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Nahbi's just like, nope, nope, nope. Hanging out in the doorway. Doesn't really want to go in there.
Which door are we standing in? The one that Ozim went into?
It's your call. Do you follow Ozim or do you enter the
I
other
thought we
door?
were following Ozim.
I mean,
Oh.
it's Willy. She's the wild card. I don't know.
Yes,
It's true.
Rook will follow Ozim. Yeah.
All right. Well, if Rook is going that way, she would follow him. What do you see in there?
Ozim just gestures quickly and broadly to the whole room. He's not progressing any farther than like just stepping inside enough so that the rest of them can walk in. He hasn't offered to help with this. So
Is it dark in here or is there any illumination?
It's dim. You don't quite need your dark vision. It's just that gloomy haunted house where there's definitely some creepy shadows, but like
Okay.
don't need a light yet.
Rook still will be like, hey, Willy, do you know how you did like the lights that danced last time? Could you cast that one more time? Make it easier for us to see, because the quicker we get that book, the quicker we can get it out.
Oh, the club lights? I thought I could see pretty well in here because she has dark vision. What do we need?
Good, just put your lights up and I'll go ahead and investigate and see what's around here.
All right. Club lights, club lights. And she's rifling through, grabs her club, just oomps, 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 oomps.
Perfect. He will go and try to find the book if there's any sort of like reasonable location where a book might be placed.
As soon as the light flares, a small figure appears in the northwest corner. A dark-haired child in a white dress stands with her head down. And while it doesn't move, you do recognize it as one of the children from the portrait in the main room.
Is it making any hostile action towards us, or what is it doing?
It is standing quietly in the corner with its head down. Long, dark hair is falling.
Long, dark hair? Alright, well...
Is the cat gone, or is it still with us?
Cat has been sitting at the table watching all of this very happily, pretending to have tea with a teddy bear. But as you leave the room, he scampers over. Yeah. Oh! That's Sarah.
What's this one's name? What?
Sarah.
Okay.
Do we all hear this, or is it just Nahbi?
He's appearing to you now too, Willy. It's everyone but Ozim. Sorry, Ozim.
Sorry,
It was
Rosa.
Clara, right?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Does it know we're here? Is it safe?
Is it safe?
Sarah's usually pretty nice. Bossy older sister, but I like Tobias more.
And he'll be like, Sarah, we do not mean to trespass. We don't mean to...
Shh. You'll wake the baby.
Oh.
Then he'll like be like, he'll start to ASL, like, we don't mean any harm. Can we please, like, is there a book that we can get out of here?
She doesn't react now that you're not making noise.
Just leave it alone. Then let's just find the stupid book and get out of here.
Then he'll just look to the others and just like shrug as he inches towards. Is there any place in this room that seems like it would be a reasonable place for a book, like a bookcase or
Or scroll.
Yeah,
Roll
or a
me
scroll.
a perception check. Anyone who's scanning for.
Perception.
Dirty 20?
Nice.
I am
You-
looking at nothing. I got 5.
22.
So, Ozim and Nahbi, you both. This place is a little creepy. But
Damien Rook.
I'm sorry. Yes, I don't know why I'm doing that tonight. I got the two big boys on one side, and it's just filling my brain. This place is creepy, but you've gotten kind of used to the state of decay that everything is in here, and that bed isn't in the state of decay that it should be. It looks like the mattress has been shifted and some things have been moved around. Someone's been moving this around in this weird state. Might be something there. It's kind of a little
Nick.
rat pile of stuff by the bed.
Look over at Rook. I'll go in if you go in.
Like, I'm down. As he will keep his shield and hand axe out.
I have a hand on my spear.
So you head over to that corner. Roll me an investigation check.
And Rook will also be like, wait, doesn't she have mage hand? Like, and then, but he'll still make an investigation check.
18.
18?
5?
Rook,
On fire.
there's a lot of rags and a lot of junk, and that dollhouse is really familiar and really creepy. But Nahbi, you start kind of sifting through this, and tucked away, kind of between the mattress that's still on the box springs and kind of underneath that little thing, you find a coin purse containing 2 silver and 3 copper, as well as a journal.
Ooh. Can I look through it?
Yeah. Well, you go to open it, and it doesn't want to open.
Great.
But you do see a series of words scrawled across it in different languages. You recognize words in Draconic, and you start to realize there must be some kind of a cipher to this, if you want to try and figure it out.
Not in this room, but yes.
Okay. So you
So-
tuck the book away?
Yeah, I'll tuck it away for now.
You have to go by the dollhouse as you walk
course.
out. Roll me an investigation check, just for giggles as you walk by.
5.
You have a weird flashback to that moment. And you don't know why you didn't remember it before, but you're pretty sure the eye that you saw was green.
Okay,
Looked a lot like your eye color.
great. Awesome. Nahbi's freaked out and starts walking faster to the door.
What did you find?
A book and an eyeball.
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah.
Your memory of the eye that you saw
Oh, my
when you were
memory of
walking
the eye
through
was-
the
okay,
dollhouse was green.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Okay, just a book, but also creepy memory. And if we could just leave here at any time now would be good now.
Is that all you
Someone was
needed?
already
We
walking out the
finished?
door.
I think so. I'll figure it out when we get out of creepy room with.
Shh. You'll wake the baby.
Okay. She like gathers Nahbi, kind of pushes her thighs out the door. I don't even care that yours was the easier one.
We still have 2 more books to find.
Are we out of the room now?
I
Alright.
assume you exit out into the hall.
Yes, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
You mean you have 2 more books to get in that same room with the creepy
No,
kid?
not. In the
Ozim
same
closes
room.
the door behind him
But,
before
like-
they start talking.
But,
Yeah,
like,
we'll like
2 more.
twist the
total.
handle and slightly close it so it's very silent.
Sorry, I didn't
So-
get that. Repeat.
Oh, I have 3 total to get. So we found 1. I'm assuming 1. This is 1. And then we have 2 more. We have 2 more to go. So
Oh, right. Was that the map? Oh, that's what those X's are for. The
I'm
next
pretty
one is
sure.
down in 2.
we're the ghost kid.
Yeah, in like a secret door. but
Well,
I-
So the ghost kid there was a hidden door in the wall between 2 and 1. So it's not
okay.
exactly the same, but it is
Okay.
the wall to that room.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll find more ghost kids anyway, because she had 3 kids, I think, in the pictures, right?
She had 3 children
4?
and an infant.
And an infant. Oh, right, an infant. Great, not creepy at all. All right, let's. I'm down
Remember-
to go.
You might wake
To-
the baby.
Oh, right. I'm down to go to number 2, the two room.
Okay, it's down this way.
Let's go.
She leads the way.
So we got Willy first. Who's next?
I'll be behind Willy.
Yeah. Then I'll be behind Nahbi.
And I assume Ozim brings up the rear. So you make your way down past the door to the furnace, which is now radiating warmth, and definitely the house is less bone-chillingly cold now, which is... I mean, it's still not great, but it's nice.
Thank you, Willy.
You reach the end of that little hall and get ready to turn right when you see the little boy's face, Willy, peek around the corner. And he says, "You let it out." And then is gone.
What did we leave out?
No, you let it out.
Oh, what did I leave out? Little ghost boy, come back. Tell me more.
Right, now who's talking to themselves? What do you see?
There's that little ghost kid that I saw that showed me where the secret door is. Said that we'd let something out.
"Oh, you let it out?" Miss Cat, who's still on your shoulders, says. "Oh, good luck with that."
Great, now the cat's gone. Awesome, cool. I don't like this place anymore. Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
my
can we
shit.
put it back in?
Can we? I vote let's try.
Try for the room or try putting it back in?
Let's try for the room first, and I don't even know what we let out. You want to go back there?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, well, you first.
Okay, so Navi's gonna slowly. Is the door closed to room 2?
So room 2 is it is not where I thought it was. Room 2 is a huge, expansive ballroom. There is one door still standing and one which has collapsed in and is now laying on the ground. So you can peek in without entering, if you would like.
I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna peek in really quick and see what I see first.
Broken and rotting floorboards make up the floor of this once grand and elegant ballroom. You see a small elevated stage which once held musicians at one end. Chandeliers dangle at precarious angles from the ceiling. Other than that, it seems empty. Large windows line the southern wall, rotted and falling tapestries line the north. It was probably once very beautiful. And for the record, the raised platform stage is about where that X is.
Okay, does it look like there's like can I see if there's like a stage door to go under the stage or anything like that, or if it's just like
no.
a flat?
So you enter. Are you being sneaky monk, or are you just hurrying to get over there?
Questions. I'm gonna sneak because I don't want to wake the baby, I guess. I'm gonna attempt it. Okay, you want me to roll stealth, right?
Roll me stealth.
15.
15. Is anyone else following her, or are you all staying, peeking
Rook
in?
will head in. Yeah.
Cool.
Are you sneaking, or are you?
I don't think there is sneaking with plate armor, but
I'm just asking. Are you moving quickly? Are you
slowly and cautiously?
Slowly and cautiously.
Cognizant of the audio level. Yeah.
Okay. So as you go, roll me a perception check.
Rook or both of us?
Both of you.
Okay.
There are some holes in the floor, some rotting things. So.
That's an 8.
8.
17, 18, 19.
Okay. Nahbi, you're pretty quiet. You're very cognizant of where these floorboards are rotting. You have a couple places where you step and it squeaks. But behind you is just tromp, tromp, tromp. Rook, at one point you step and your foot starts to go down. The floorboards give, but you catch yourself and adjust your footing and go. You approach the stage, and it's higher than a lot of stages. It's about waist high, and you do see what looks like a door.
I'm gonna turn to Rook and say, I really appreciate you coming with me, because this place is terrifying. But maybe also, like, lighter armor would be cool if you're like being sneaky, just from a pro monk to pro whatever you do.
He's like, well, I mean, I could either send in Ozim, who doesn't really have much like as clanky armor, or I could take off my armor, but I'm not as swole as you.
Point. I'm just saying. I guess we're gonna go in this door. I don't see any scrolls.
So, I assume Ozim is looming in the hallway, being Ozim. Have to ask.
He's in a deep squat with the pinching the bridge of his nose in the doorway. He's like,
yeah, we make sure that Willy's with his babysitter.
Yeah, have to ask what Willy's doing.
Right.
Looking at the group splitting up, but looks at Ozim and goes, "Shouldn't we stick together?"
He's not responding to you.
Hello? If you're totally fine with me and we're still friends, don't say anything. Okay.
And she goes to join the other people.
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Bless you.
Where is my perception? 17.
17. You not only are cognizant of where the holes in the floor are, you're very small and you're able to navigate your way quickly without a problem. So you catch up to where they are, which is actually probably not all that bad because this little door opens outward and there's a little set of stairs down. But even then, it's only about this tall on you, Nahbi, and it is pitch dark down there because there is no light under that stage. So you can send in the gnome, or the gnome can maybe give you some light and let you explore yourself.
What do my orc eyes see?
Does anybody have dark vision?
And the gnome does too.
I do.
And Rook still has Ozim's rope.
Okay. So
I would suggest tying it around the gnome to send them down there.
let's tie the rope around the gnome, and then we'll tie the rope around me, and then, because I'm going with you, I'm not sending you down there by yourself. And then, Rook, how do you feel about standing point and holding this other end?
It's like, I can do that, you know. And then he just like wraps it around his hand and then waits.
You want me to go down there?
I'm coming with you.
Even with you with me, why would... I don't want to go down there.
You just fixed an entire furnace and almost set yourself on fire. I don't think a dark place under a stage is that off for you right now. Where's your sense of adventure, woman? Come on, this is what you joined up for, isn't it?
And the moment she says that, Willy goes, ah. And then looks at Ozim, and like, if he's still in the doorway, she's just like, that's like a safe place. But Nahbi just like challenged her honor as like a writer. She's like, ties the rope around her.
Yeah.
Fine.
That is a good image to me. Imagine like brooding Ozim and there's like flowers and a rainbow of like safety.
Oh, no. Ozim is going to be... His eyeballs, if they had daggers in them, they would be piercing you straight through the chest right now. Like, I will roll a intimidation check if you want me to, Kay. But he has lifted his head, is still, like, literally is just still in a deep squat, watching them up on this stage, and is just
below the stage.
Oh, below the stage, but he's glaring.
Oh no, Rick's on the stage. You can glare, Rick.
Well, they haven't gone down yet, have they?
Yeah, the door is like a short little door at the side of the stage.
Oh, yeah, so they
go down. So it's not a
he
trap
can see all three of them.
It's a tiny
Yeah, he can see all three of them.
Yeah.
Well, if he can see all three of them, if she sees that, she's gonna be like, ugh.
There you go.
No intimidation roll needed.
It really.
All right. So you start inside.
Yep.
Willy, roll me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Nahbi, you can roll a perception at disadvantage. Rook, you can too, since you're not fully inside, but you can peek in with your dark vision and kind of maybe help direct. Or you can give advantage.
16.
16? You're good.
Yeah, 17 at disadvantage. Ridiculous. I don't even know what's happening. I never roll like this. This is like crazy.
So underneath this stage, there's not a lot here. You feel like this used to hold a lot of stuff. Now there's kind of a lot of like broken glassware where clearly if they were doing champagne toast, this is here lined up along one wall. They obviously didn't want to keep a lot of stuff here because it's really small for everyone except for Willy. Willy, you're just fine here. Across one corner you see a banner which is kind of tacked up to keep it from wrinkling that says Happy Birthday Vorrigan. And just about at the same time you both see another journal stashed in one of the little storage bins down there.
That must be it.
What, the party stuff or the
No.
the Vorrigan?
The journal in the bin.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, go get it.
I'm attached to you. We have to both go get it.
Oh, right.
Yes.
She scrambles to go over.
If he hears that, if Rook will hear that, then he'll be like, "Get you use your mystical mage hand thingy."
Do you think we should use that? I mean, you picked up the last one fine.
Well, how far in do you want to go?
And she looks at the room.
I'm gonna use my mage hand.
Okay.
And your
Alright.
mage hand appears and floats across and grabs the book and then floats it back. Do you bring it to yourself or do you bring it to Nahbi?
Bring it to myself so that my mage hand can throw the horns. And I go,
Good job.
and I'm like,
This is it.
Yeah. I think
Should-
so.
Should we, like, open it or wait until we go outside?
Do you want to open it or do you?
I don't want to open anything anymore. I thought maybe you could do it.
Okay, yeah. How about you hand me the book, but I can't see anything, so why don't we wait till we go outside?
Got it.
Okay.
So
I'm
you
just
say-
gonna put that one away.
And you all slowly back out, Nahbi being very careful of your head.
Mm.
And you step out into the large ballroom again. Rook, while they're down there, roll me a perception check.
That's an 11.
You don't see anything change or move, but there's a shadow that catches your eye, and you look at it, and you don't know why, but you feel like the house is looking at you hungrily.
And is it down the staircase or is it in the room?
It's up in the high corner. Just,
High corner.
you don't see anything, you just feel a hunger as something looks at you.
Does Ozim notice him looking up there? 'Cause
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ozim's watching Rook, so should I roll a perception check too?
Yep.
Okay. $18.
You look up, and while you don't see anything, you get the impression of a tongue moving across a pair of lips. But nothing else happens.
He kind of gives a thumbs up to himself. Just great.
And Rook will kind of like pull on the rope a little bit, silently to indicate that, like, you know, they should make their way back up.
And you both step out.
And we follow quietly.
well,
I do. I follow quietly.
Clank, clank, clank. Yeah.
Willy looks at Rook.
There wasn't anything in there, but we found a book.
Like, nice. Just one more.
Nahbi, do you look at the book again in the light, or do you wait?
I'm gonna wait because
Yep.
Rook made a gesture. So
Yeah, I'll just tell them, like I'm getting weird vibes to this place. We shouldn't linger here any longer than we need to.
What kind of vibes? More ghost kids?
It's like bad murdery vibes.
bad
And then-
murdery vibes. Nice.
Okay.
Once we get in the hallway, though, I'll look at it.
All right. You once again see that this is covered in all sorts of different languages. Most of the words you recognize are again Draconic. But the book seems to be magically sealed and you can't open it yet.
Okay. I'll put it back away.
We
All right.
didn't even read it.
It's sealed shut with
It's seal-
magic.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's fine. I was told to collect them, not write a dissertation on them. So, should be good.
You're not wrong.
And then Rook will be like, and he won't leave his eyes from the room, just to make sure that nothing like weird happens. But it'll be like, where's the next book at?
Willy pulls out the map.
I think it's upstairs.
Oh shit! I see.
Back up there.
Will close his door.
Oh, this door is on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Right.
It has fallen off its hinges through the decay of time. So
Nice.
you step out, you're in the hall just north of the second floor, and it's a short turn to the left and then up the stairs.
Nahbi
Is
looks
that where
over
you
at
head?
Ozim and is like, "Are you okay?"
He just
Cool. And yes, that's where I gotta get the book. So
So who's leading the way?
well, I'll untie myself from Willy.
She's very disappointed. She was feeling kind of safe with that on, but she didn't say anything.
I don't know if you want to be tied to me when we pick up the last book, though.
And she like scuffs her foot. Well, I mean, you're tough.
I appreciate that. But I might not be when I pick up this last book. So
Okay.
yeah,
Do you
you
think?
can.
Do you like want me to like help you out in any way? Like the last thing had like a really sticking needle. Maybe I could like ward you against like anything that might come up.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to extra protection. That's for sure.
Is it okay to cast Blade Ward on Nahbi, or is that sort of like a in the heat of the moment thing?
No, you can do it.
What does
It's a
it do?
cantrip.
All right, I'm gonna do it. So just in case we get any more killer teddy bears, I think you're good.
Ooh, awesome, cool. Thank you.
And for the record, Blade Ward lasts like 6 seconds. So it's not gonna last that long, but it's something you can do at will.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, so you can keep casting it if you like to.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like if you're like, oh, this might go bad in just a second, Blade Ward. Or
okay.
you can cast it in battle and it will protect them for a round.
Oh, so it's like an
One,
instant.
yeah,
I
one
gotcha.
round in combat. You know how long it takes us to get through combat? 1 round is 6 seconds in real time.
Oh, all right.
So if it says 1 round, that's why. That's how long it lasts. All right. So you all turn, start down the hallway. Who's leading?
I'll lead, I guess.
Okay.
Willy's gonna want to be between Rook and Nahbi.
And I'm assuming Ozim wants to bring up the rear. So you all start down the hallway. Pictures line the walls and up the sides of the stairways. You see a door to what appears to be a closet. Do any of you stop before you go up the stairs?
Is there
I'm not
anything that we
stopping.
can see?
There's just that closet.
Willy looks at the closet, but then she looks at Ozim and goes, eh.
All right. I would like for you all to make a perception check as you go up the stairs.
17.
12?
A fantastic 10.
also a 17.
So, Nahbi and Ozim, you start up the stairs and a portrait catches your eye. And it catches your eye because it seems to flicker. Because it's the man standing with Drixcilla and the children and all the portraits where you can't quite remember his face. This is the only portrait of him in this entire staircase. Both sides of this are lined with drawings and paintings of scenery, what you assume are places they visited, Drixcilla and the various children. But this is the only portrait of him.
I don't like it.
You keep going,
Ozim's-
or do you look
yeah.
at it?
I mean, Ozim's in the back. I guess he'll, like, as they walk, he'll kind of slowly look at it since he has more time to look. I guess since he's all the way in the back, but he's
Yeah.
not going to actively stop to look.
As you
Nahbi's
go up,
too focused.
your eyes settle on it, and you hear a scream, not a woman's scream, a man's scream, echo in your mind. And the portrait falls, the frame shattering. And you see a symbol faintly glowing in the wall.
And what's the symbol?
You look at it and you can't read it. It's not a word, but it resonates in your mind. And just like with the portrait, when you look away from it, you can't remember or explain the symbol. But there's a word that's there.
Any word? Do I have to know this word? Do I have to...
It's a language that you don't know.
Okay.
But is it only Ozim that sees it, or is
only
it all
Ozim can see it. Everyone,
Okay,
you all
okay.
see the portrait fall. You all see the frame shatter, but only
But they don't
Ozim
hear
can
the scream.
They don't hear the scream, and they can't see the symbol. Only you do. And it is, again, it's not a word that you know, but it's like when you hear a word in another language, and you're like, I know this is a word. That's all you've got.
Okay. He's unfazed by the scream and the falling and shattering of the portrait.
Okay. And you continue up the stairs. I am switching this over.
Yeah.
The upstairs landing opens into a narrow hall with a door up before you to the left. A large open sitting room waits at the end of the hall. Stuffed chairs face the window, and there's a crumbling fireplace to the south. You, again, see the family portrait there. With Drixcilla, only 2 young children, and she holds an infant. That dark-haired man, whose face you can't remember, stands with her, and the children frown at you from the portrait. Before you opens 2 halls. One of them leads to the room with the X, one to what appears to be a small closet, and then directly opposite the door with the X is another door.
Nahbi's gonna look at Willy and go, which room was it again? Can you check the map? I forgot.
She checks the map. That one, right there. And she points to the spot where the X is. Do you want me to go with you this time, or are you good?
I mean, the more the merrier, in case, just don't touch anything.
Okay. She,
But-
hugs Nahbi's arm. Okay, go.
Okay. We'll head down the hall to the room 19.
Do you both follow, or do you wait in the sitting room? Rook and Ozim.
Rook will hang by the door, and just watch, because there's a lot of areas around here with doors and hallways and all that. So he'll stay by the door and keep a lookout on one side.
Same with Ozim.
Okay. You 2 take point on either side of the door, and I assume Nahbi, you open it.
Yeah, slowly and somewhat quietly.
This door surprisingly doesn't seem to creak as much as any of the others. And you look in upon what was once an elaborate and nicely appointed, very large guest bedroom. While it is in tatters, it does not look as abandoned as the rest of the house. There's a mattress that's been pulled from the broken frame, and there are a number of books scattered across the room. It kind of looks like someone has been living here.
Can I do a quick scan to see where I would see where the journal might be?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Question: on the map, because I assume that I'm looking at the left side, from 19 or whatever. Is that a staircase going up?
So at the bottom of the map, there's the stairs you just came up, and at the very end of the hall, there is a set of stairs going up.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a 3rd floor. Okay.
There was no third floor provided to you in the map. For what it's worth. What did you get, Nahbi?
14.
14?
Mm.
You start digging through, and there's various journals, various books. It's a mess, and it's actually kind of frustrating. But you continue to dig through, and you do see a journal, much like the ones you've been holding. But something else catches your eye. Roll me an Arcana check. If you point this out to Willy, Willy can also check with Arcana.
Nat 20, so 21.
Good. You see a symbol on this wall, and while you don't entirely know what it is or how it works, you do know that this is a magical symbol of protection. It's on the back of this door, and you're reasonably certain that if you close this door, it will seal this room and give you a safe space to rest.
Ooh.
It looks old, so you don't know how many uses you can get out of it before the magic breaks. But it's there.
I'm gonna look over at Willy and go, "Hey, Willy. Hey, Willy,
Yeah.
look.
What am I looking at?
There's a symbol of protection on the back of that door. I think if we shut that door, it'll seal the room, and we can rest."
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. I'm
Can
like
you-
2 steps away from like intestinal freedom right now.
let's so I walk over to the door. Like, who's standing by the door? Are you guys both by the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna poke my head out the door and say, "Hey, we can rest in here and it should be safe."
And then Rook will be
You're
like, say no
down.
more. As we'll like retreat into the room.
Ozim will follow.
Alright, and then as Ozim follows, I'll shut the door behind them.
It closes with a soft click, but not before you hear a faint and the dragging of chains.
Great.
But it clicks, and you're reasonably certain you're safe. The room is not especially nice. It has definitely been ransacked, but there is a mattress that will fit 2, maybe 3 of you if Willy decides to share her space. And you can certainly move things around, and it's nice to have a protective something. You do, as you close the door, see this symbol flare and flash with light, and a quick magic ripple moves around the room.
Oh, I think it's working.
Yes. I need key points.
Just in case Rook will sleep by the door. Just
Nice.
So will Ozim.
Looks like it's you and me, Nabs. I like the bright side.
Okay, sounds good.
So you're
And
all
if I kick, that's just normal. Just roll me over.
It's fine, I'll kick you back.
Babe, your kicks are good kicks. I could use some of those.
Rook will look over to Ozim as he's getting his bedroll ready. Be like, is it weird I miss going to the bathroom? And he's just like...
Ozim just kind of looks at him. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I hope we get out of here. And then he just like snuggles.
Yeah, I am out.
Like immediately? Oh. Willy like is halfway through taking out her recorder and she's like, I'm gonna play you a song of
As an artificer, can you please have like a noise machine or a white noise machine?
Yeah. Oh, she totally would. Just like I heard chains, I didn't like that. Just wah wah babbling brook. Is the Song of Rest sort of redundant in this room?
So the Song of Rest is really great for short rests, when you roll hit dice to recover. But y'all haven't taken a lot of short rests. Kind of been going from long rest to long rest and hedging your bets
That's
in
true.
between.
And would this be a long rest or is this a short rest?
You will be able to take a long rest Is there
Nice.
anything you all would
We need-
like to do before you turn in?
Didn't you say something about a cipher or figuring out a cipher for the books?
Yes, you have 3 books, each of which have a series of words across them. And you can take some time to sit down and look at them if you would like, and you even have an artificer who can make lights if you want to read at a comfortable human eye level.
I would
Light.
like that, yes, please.
Willy is softly fweeting in the bed. It's already taken the right side.
Okay.
Does she spark up her club lights?
I mean, if she's asking, sure.
Yeah. Like Nahbi tried to like conk out, but then, remember
Pops
she
right
had
back
books
up.
to read. Yeah. Remember she had business to take care of. Yeah, pretty much. And then like gets right into it. And just like nudges Willy and is like, hey, you know those lights the light things? Can you light things?
Yeah, sure. Are you gonna read those?
I'm gonna try.
Aw, yeah. Open them up.
Okay.
All right, so you have a journal from the nursery, you have a journal from the ballroom, and you have a journal from the guest bedroom. Which one do you start with?
The nursery.
The nursery? All right. So you see a series of words across this, and you study and focus and see if you can figure out what whoever wrote this wants you to do with it. Roll me an intelligence check.
16.
16. You look at these words. Elvine, hero, fop, saturate, acting, curse, hayseed. It keeps going. But for some reason, as you're going, your eyes keep going back to hero, and your eyes keep going back to hero. Only all of these are in Draconic. So you're probably muttering very dinosaur sounds to yourself as you're going through them all. And you're reasonably certain that this is some kind of voice-bound spell.
Okay, next one.
Oh, do you attempt
Do I
to...
No, not when we're trying to just enter into a long rest. That's a bad idea. I'm gonna wait. I don't trust the books necessarily, but I will read them.
Well, in order to read them, you're going to need to speak, you believe.
That's
you're going to need
true.
to speak this word in order to open them. You are reasonably certain you have figured out the cipher to this first book.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do it then.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you
YOLO.
speak the word hero and Draconic aloud. And something snaps in your hands, and you take 7 points of psychic damage. But the book is open.
Cool.
The handwriting here is thin and long, with not particularly elegant strokes. Notes regarding Vessal and the nightmare and combat strategies are strewn across the pages in multiple languages, mostly Elvish and Undercommon. It reads, "We lost 2 heroes to the closets for a while, the rogue and the gladiator. They have returned, but have been tight-lipped about their experiences. The paladin's eyes flicker to me when she thinks I'm unaware, and even the warlock watches me while we rest. I can hear their whispering. I will not be betrayed. Vessal has been talkative, a veritable fountain of information about her life and her service before her service to the dreaming gods. However, much of what she has shared concerns me. Her repeated deaths at the hand of the nightmare, the subsequent resurrections by the dreaming god, and apparently, she journeys, nay, embodies each hero's life during the selection and summoning ritual. I am wary of the truth of her claim, but if true, she cannot reveal my secrets. No, No, she cannot know what I know. I have lived my trials. No, all she knows of me is falsehood. The cat returns more seldomly. But even it, too, will genuflect on Tassac the Great, the crowned hero of all the realms.
Interesting.
So what is it? Like a fantasy, a romance?
Journals from previous heroes.
Oh, did they say how they did?
According to this one, Vessal absorbs them.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like kills them?
Absorb is the word that they used.
And what happens to them after absorption?
I don't know. Something about knowing all their secrets?
What does she do with that?
I may have not been entirely articulate. She embodies each hero's life during the selection.
Embodies each hero's life. Okay. So then she embodies their life. Then she basically learns everything about them. It would seem, right?
I mean, it seems like she knew a lot about us already.
Interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading, and then
Okay.
I go to the next book.
Rook will turn to Ozim and be like, "So, what was your workout regimen like?" Like,
Ozim kind of looks at him, definitely contemplating how he should phrase things.
and Rook will be like, "You can't tell me that's genetics, because that would suck. Because I have to do so much cardio and so much lifting and so much eating of carbs in order to maintain this muscle mass."
He kind of like looks down and like lifts an arm up. Doesn't really flex, but you know, it gets the point across. He looks back at Rook and is just like, I probably not the way that you're thinking. Military background.
I respect that. Thank you for your service.
He like looks a little pained as he says that, and it's just like, we'll go with that. Military background. What
He's
about
like, right on.
you?
Well, I had to do a lot. I had a master who trained me how to do all this. Asusena, super awesome lady, but she had me do some brutal workouts. So I had to do a lot of burpees and I had to do a lot of like high intensity workouts, and it was the ringer, you know. And he goes, really, I'm a fat kid at heart, but like I'm just so ingrained with doing workouts that I just can't help but keep up the routine. And then he goes, I guess we don't need to worry about that now. I guess we keep the body that we had coming in here. With, like, tough is better roll a little bit more.
Burpees. Nice. He like he just is kind of nodding like, mm-hmm. Very good. You look good.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I had self-esteem issues when I was younger, but now I feel good about myself. And then he'll just get ready for bed.
He like Ozim kind of leans over and like gently knocks Rook on the arm, like, you know, punches him a little bit, like, there you go. Good job.
Thank you. Have as good as dreams as you can in this hellscape as he like gets ready to pass out.
I'll try. Oh, I'll try. And he just kind of, Ozim leans against whatever he's leaning against, probably the wall next to the door, and is just kind of staring off absentmindedly somewhere and rubbing the space on his sternum and not really saying anything.
Nahbi, you once again see a set of words in Draconic upon the journal. And again, it's a cipher that you need to try to figure out and speak the password. So, If you would like to attempt before bed, roll me a intelligence check.
And -1.
You take 2 points of psychic damage. But there's a whole list that should be in your Discord messages. I can verb. I'm only verbing here for everyone's entertainment. And something about the cipher just hurts your head so much that you can't quite, but there's a list of words. It has to be one of those. And you can take a guess if you would like.
I don't have a list of words.
David! Oh, sorry, David. This is the ballroom book. Journal 1.
Sorry.
My bad. He asked me. I did not see the question.
Okay.
So you see all these words in a language that you know, even if it's not your mother tongue.
She's gonna try savior.
And you shrug and say, without confidence in Draconic, Savior? And again, light explodes in your face, and you take 6 points of psychic damage. But the book opens.
Wait. Give me the knowledge.
The handwriting in this is looping and elaborate, almost ostentatious. Each page contains neat, highly organized notes, mostly in common, about planes that the writer has previously visited, observations about Vessal, the Mist Cat, and their party. It reads, "It was with a start that Vessal, champion of the dreaming god, revealed to me the last fragment of information I required to unlock the mysteries of the universe. Yes, there are as many worlds as there are grains of sand in an hourglass. Of course, when the dreaming god called upon us, the greatest heroes across the realms, my name stood apart from all others. My party sits around the sword of fire, a flame that does not emit heat, yet still provides comfort to us weary travelers. The lesser heroes of the great Hudult Malawith War. I recognize each of them. One day their tale will be told, if there's time. Both Vessal and the Dreaming God chose well to select such heroes of legend to follow me into battle and share my glory. They should feel honored to serve my greatest victory as the savior of all worlds. A cat made of mist dances just out of sight of both Vessal and my party. Vessal has made mention of the failures of other heroes against the nightmare, but has been sparse in details. The cat has made mention of a library that contains the secrets that I must uncover to ensure my victory. In my introductory exploration, I've yet to uncover an entranceway to the library. Both the basement and the attic still require investigation." In small light print at the bottom of the page, it reads, "Every closet in every room seems so similar. It opens doors and invites."
I'm gonna have to ask the cat about that library. So she leans over to Willy and she's like, "This one talks about a library and that sword flamey thing we found earlier."
The mummy sword?
Yeah. These heroes hung out there, it seems like.
She takes one of the books. You think this was the mummy's journals?
posse play, although if it is, that one's quite full of themselves.
I mean, look how they ended up.
This is true.
So she thinks for a moment and pulls out the map.
I don't remember seeing any libraries on the map.
There's also something about the closets all looking the same.
Have we been in any of the closets?
No, God, no. We barely like going in the rooms.
That's fair.
Yeah. Although we might want to start thinking about it.
Okay, so if the library's not on the first floor or the second floor, what else is there?
Didn't that one say something about stairs?
Who, Rook?
Yeah.
I don't think he said anything, but I did see some stairs. I just figured they went nowhere.
I don't think anything goes nowhere in this place.
Well, you just said that closets all look the same and there's something screwy going on around there.
That doesn't mean they go nowhere.
Maybe they go to the attic or basement.
Okay, can you write this down?
She pulls out a huge quill.
I got you.
Okay, checklist. Check closets.
Okay,
Ask Cat about library.
KK.
Find stairs.
Can't find stairs.
Cool.
We're good.
Thanks. And she's gonna open the other book.
All right. Once again, as Miss Cat howls. I don't know if my microphone is picking up my cat, but he's screaming. Once again, you have a series of words in Draconic. Roll me an intelligence check.
6. She's getting
6.
tired.
You squint at it, and just a searing pain goes through your head, and you take 5 points of psychic damage, and you can't figure out what the cipher is. But a series of words appear before you. Harp, Bluebill, Shadow, Jokester, Clayblack, Falcon, Sting, Wisdom, Glot, Trinidad. Keeps going. Stealth, Score, Academic, Paragon, Postpone, Goblin, Braided, Taunt. You should have a full list in your... And you can take a guess.
She's gonna go with academic.
You brace.
Because, like, it makes her feel good.
You brace and you say the word aloud, but nothing happens.
Damn.
You can.
And Willy can't understand any of these words, right?
Do you speak Draconic?
I don't think so.
Can she try again?
Yep, you can study it again.
She's gonna go with Paragon.
Paragon. You take 5 more points of psychic damage as the book pops open. This time, the handwriting is barely a scrawl, and each page is scribbled over with disjointed words from many languages. Many you know, but some you do not. However, you're able to pick out some passages. I have yet to reveal that I have discovered the entrance to the library in the basement. Slipping away to the study grows more difficult under the watchful eyes of the warlock and the paladin. But what a discovery! Hundreds of books across every field of study. The Cat of Mist has been of slight assistance in suggesting volumes regarding the nightmare and its power. These tomes must contain some secret to defeating the nightmare, the key to my final victory. So many secrets. Vessal has grown irritable, irrational. She tries to hurry us to the final conflict. She is easily disoriented and prone to fits. Flashbacks, perhaps. Reliving the lives of previous champions. Her memory fractures. Must investigate further. Today, when I called her by her old name, her true name, her eyes were blank and showed no recognition. Maybe the monk of Solitarium, Honoro, is gone, finally, lost among the dozens of lives she has relived. Maybe now all that remains is the champion of the dreaming god. I observe Vessal as she examines her tattoos, each a sigil of a fallen hero from across the realms. Each sigil a summoning, a binding. The nightmare has grown powerful, with the champions and emissaries of its own, powerful enough to rend almost every plane. There must be a way to counteract. Yes, a new spell of binding. I need more time.
Library's in the basement.
Oh, is that what the book says?
Among other things, but
Are we going there?
I think we're gonna have to. There's information about the nightmare
Oh man, is there a way to beat it?
and its power. Apparently the cat knows which books.
If the cat knows which books, why hasn't it told us already?
It's the cat who knows why it does anything it does. But
Willy
apparently,
leans over to check to see if Rook and Ozim are sleeping. Wide awake, she relays the information.
We gotta go to the basement.
I mean, not right now. I need to sleep, definitely, for sure. But
We gotta go to the basement after a long rest.
Rook would be like, I don't even remember seeing it downstairs. Like, but I mean, we could check if you want. And then he goes like that. You know what? There's an upstairs that like obviously it seems like it leads up, but in this place it probably leads to the basement. Like knowing this weird house.
Ozim turns and looks at Rook like,
Dolls
You know,
move here and all this
he-
weird stuff.
He might have a point. One of these journals says that all the closets are the same.
did we all hear the sound of the chains being dragged in the... Ozim's gonna be like, I think we have some other problems to worry about first when we leave this room.
He's not wrong.
And Nahbi, as you sit and absorb all of this and think about your training, some of this new information that you've learned, you feel like you've got a better grasp about some of what's happening here on the Godplane. And you gain advantage on religion checks. And with that, we're going to let you all take a long rest so Rook can finally get his spell slots back. Quick housekeeping before we do. Do you set a watch or do you all just crash?
Crash.
Yeah.
Crash.
Someone tells Willy otherwise, she is crashing.
All right. We will pick up there next week. Thank you
Week
all
after.
for playing. Yes, week after. Look, I finally didn't say tomorrow, and I messed up. I still
okay.
messed up, y'all. Thank you for catching me.
Do you want to
Thank
end
you.
on a cliffhanger of how Ozim slept?
Let's just ask, yes, how did Ozim sleep?
Let's find out. He slept okay. For once.
The tension.
Everyone
dun,
gets
dun.
some very well-deserved rest, and we will pick up in 2 weeks with our morning chores and getting ready to face the end of the house. What is hopefully the end of the house. Thank you so much to our viewers and our chatters. You had great commentary throughout the game. It was so much fun seeing you all. Thank you to my wonderful players. Don't forget we have a tip link if you would like to show your gratitude to these amazing performances monetarily. If not, being here and retweeting and being part of this is also an awesome show of fandom, and we appreciate you. As a reminder too, we do have an after show. We all hang out after this and talk about what happened in the episode. And those are posted on Fridays on my YouTube channel, or you can follow me on at KDamFear and see them there. They are very entertaining. Sometimes some hints, some character insights. I actually really enjoy watching them back. So, with that, let's do a quick round of outros, starting with Sophie.
Hello and goodbye, everyone. It's your boy, Ozim, aka me, Sophie. You can find me on social media at Subatomic Mints over on Twitter, and you might have seen me in the chat as Not So Gladiator. Thank you so much for watching.
D'Angelo.
Hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo. You can find me on all social media at _D'Angelo, where I'm always like writing about things and organizing events for our community and doing a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, check out what I got, and thank you for watching.
Cassandra.
That's me. You can find me as Cozy Spoon on all social media. You'll likely catch me struggle bussing with this month's Inktober. Thank you so much for putting up with this poor gnome almost killing the entire party. Let's see what happens in 2 weeks.
And we end on a high note with Jin.
Hi, bye. I'm Jen. You can find me at Jen Geeky on Twitter or Jen the Geeky Writer on Instagram or Youngles on Twitch. Thanks for being here.
And I'm Kate Purcell. I've been your DM for the evening, but I don't do it alone. Hanging out in chat is Full Rubber Ducky, who is my co-DM David Lee, who's doing an amazing job helping me get all this together. And thank you to all our players. Extra thank you to our mods. Thank you to all of our tippers. Thank you to everyone who's retweeting, commenting, hanging out. It means the world to us. Likes and comments on YouTube also incredibly help. I said this last week, but I'm going to say it again. If you Google Godplane or the Godplane, we're like top results already. So that is incredible. Thank you all. Thank you for spending your evening with us. We will see you in 2 weeks to continue this spooky story. And in the meantime, be kind to yourselves, be excellent to others. Thanks, y'all. Alrighty, I'm gonna